So then I'm able to take that experience and
their PR staff for a while. Just a great person in addition to being a great broadcaster, an insightful interviewer, which was one of his real skills, and that's why Larry was able to host shows coast to coast, interview sports shows. And Larry Morgan and Ben Bruns with you, and Ben, he's certainly a guy that we all loved being around, didn't we?
And an infectiously positive person, and one that was so generous with just how open and warm and welcoming he was. I remember 20 plus years ago being a guest on his show, new to any of this sort of thing, and the Cotton Man made it a pleasure to go on his show, and as a young college football player, to have the opportunity to speak in that format with somebody who was so incredible and didn't know him for all these years. It was a sad day and a great man.
On Larry's interview shows, he would get the top names in the world of sports, the Dick Vitale's and just the big names. And I always thought it's because something that you just brought up. Not only was a good interviewer, he was a fair interviewer, and people just liked him.
Yes, I mean, he could draw out the best in everybody, from Dick Vitale down to some offensive linemen. So and there were a couple times in his career where he faced serious adversity, and I think the fact he always made lemonade. He just when he got lemons, he overcame, and he's going to be missed in a serious way.
He certainly is, and there was never a more positive person than Larry Codler, and certainly a man who never said a bad word about anybody.
He a true gentleman, and we'll miss him.
And we remember the last time he was on with us on a Barnstormer telecast. We go back to the year 2014. It was not a good year for the Barnstormers. A lot more losses than victories. But Larry, of course, summed it up in a positive way.
I just want to say thanks, everybody. You guys did a great job all season long, and we'll look forward to Barnstormer football 2015.
That was Larry. Very positive. Really, to sum up Larry in 2 words, good guy. That was Larry Codler. We will miss him. In the 18 years as a franchise, the Iowa Barnstormers have never won a title in the 3 different leagues in which they have played. Tonight, that could all change. Iowa head coach Dixie Wooten preaches a championship mindset to his players, a mindset they will need to be laser focused on if the Barnstormers are going to take down the 6-time IFL champion Sioux Falls Storm. The United Bowl Championship is next on MC 22. The Indoor Football League Championship game, the United Bowl. The Sioux Falls Storm against the Iowa Barnstormers. Welcome to Wells Fargo Arena. Larry Morgan and Ben Bruns. These 2 teams 11-3 in the regular season, won their conference championships to get here to United Bowl number 10. And Ben, the Storm have been here many times before.
They are the perennial champion in this league. It's the first time since 2010 this championship has taken place outside of their own arena. So a road game for them, and a tremendous opportunity for Iowa.
It certainly is. The Storm have played in 8 of the 9 United Bowls. Their record in United Bowls 6-2. The Barnstormers, on the other hand, this is new territory for them. How might that affect tonight's game?
Well, I think the first thing is poise and understanding of the moments that you're in, and we talk all the time about those little moments, those times where no one has momentum. If you're the one that seizes the opportunity in those moments when things sort of sit in the balance and there's a lull, you more often than not are the champion, and that's what Sioux Falls has been so good at for so many years.
We take a look at our spotlight players because we see 2 of the league's all-time great quarterbacks, Drew Powell, a youngster, Offensive Player of the Year in the IFL, number 1 in rushing, number 2 in total offense, the full package.
He has done everything, and he's a big guy. He's got surprising ability to move inside the hole while running the football. You don't expect that. He's a shifty guy running the ball as a quarterback. Drew Powell deserves every honor he's gotten this year. MVP of the league, and well-deserved.
Just his second year in the league. On the other hand, for the Storm, Lorenzo Brown has been the quarterback for all 6 of their championships. He's in the top 10 in the league all time in both rushing and passing. What a terrific player he is.
He is, and the thing that impresses most about him is he knows where everybody is all the time, even when the play starts to break down. This Sioux Falls squad is so good at the scramble drill, and he understands where somebody's going to show up, and he keeps plays alive with his feet. I think that's one of the big keys to this game. In those scramble situations, can Iowa contain him?
Each team has a key injury to contend with. For the Barnstormers, Bryce Enyard, the Defensive Player of the Year in the IFL, is out having torn his Achilles tendon in the conference championship game. Big loss for Iowa.
Multiple 2 interception games on the season. Really a guy that has been dominant as part of a secondary unit that's the best in the IFL.
And for the Storm, Mike Tatum, who is the all-time all-purpose leader in yards in the IFL, a shoulder injury sidelining him tonight, so he will be missed in their offense.
Yeah, big deal. And when you think about that scramble drill where guys are going to show up, that's one of those weapons that Brown knows where they are. And you inject a new guy who maybe won't make the exact same read that Tatum did. So maybe the Iowa secondary can take advantage.
Okay, 3 games between these 2 teams in the regular season. On March the 18th, Sioux Falls won here 52-40. The Barnstormers went to Sioux Falls and won 49-42, and the June 8th matchup was a classic won by Sioux Falls on a fluke 51-49.
Yeah, a block field goal at the end of the game. The game's tied, returned for a safety, and that was the balance. That was the difference. And the kicking game is such a big deal, and it's a huge advantage coming into this game in that Bergner, the field goal kicker for Sioux Falls, can hit it from absolutely anywhere. One of the top scorers and certainly the top kicker in the league.
That's an additional burden for the Barnstormer defense. So basically, I think when you compare those scores, you find out these teams really are evenly matched this year.
Yeah, and from just a pure approach to the game and what they bring to the table, I like the Barnstormers, but from the intangible perspective, you've got to tip the table to Sioux Falls because of how good they've been in these critical situations over time. I think this is going to come down to the last two plays of the game, and the Barnstormers have shown that they can make those plays this year.
Well, the league championship on the line. It's United Bowl number 10, the Sioux Falls Storm and the Iowa Barnstormers next on MC22.
Let the train-tested, top-of-the-line technicians at CarX work on your vehicle. We have the right guys for the job and the state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment to get the job done. When it's hotter inside than outside your vehicle, the place to go is CarX. We'll give your vehicle a free inspection, and if the system needs work, we have only the highest quality authorized replacement parts. The only difference is it costs less.
Big savings at CarX.
As we celebrate our history, we look forward to the future.
A future that includes the best of the past.
A future that includes the best of the new.
A future that includes supporting our communities.
And of course, a future that still includes serving our famous pizza.
This month, get our new Ultimate Pepperoni Pizza for only $9.99 and sign up for a chance to win $50,000 in our 50th anniversary sweepstakes.
Casey's, famous for pizza.
I'm an amateur cartoonist, and I've done that all my life. I've enjoyed doodling and that kind of thing. Well, my name is spelled with a C. For a logo, you can't do much with a C, but the German way of spelling my name is with a K. So anyway, in my doodling, I thought, if I turn that thing backwards and make it in cartoon style, paint it red, it'd make a nice logo. I think it's one of the better things that I'd done early on.
Caro Chevrolet. A way of the things you love.
Sioux Falls comes into United Bowl having won 6 games in a row. Interesting to note their last 2 games, their regular season finale against Green Bay and their intense conference championship win over Arizona went into overtime. Iowa, meanwhile, has won 8 of their last 9. The series history, Sioux Falls has dominated. In fact, the first 7 games in this series, they outscored the Barnstormers by a margin average of 34 points. The last 3 games, the average margin has been just 7 points. Now let's take a look at our keys to the game, Ben.
So we'll start with Sioux Falls, and Iowa has really done a fabulous job all season running the football. Drew Powell, the leading rusher in the league, they need to slow Iowa down on first down. And then we already talked about the attention to detail, those little moments. Sioux Falls has played at a championship level in those moments for many years now. If they do it tonight, they stand a great chance to win this football game. For Iowa, I think it comes to those moments when Brown is on the run. Maybe there's pressure, maybe there's great defense in the back end to start with. He has absolutely lit teams up when he's had the opportunity to run the football for a first down, throw it deep downfield in the scramble. And then the kicking game, we've talked about how important it is. Iowa, if they can make those plays consistently from the beginning of the game to the end, will win this game.
Let's take a look at our head coaches. Curtis Riggs, one of the more successful coaches on any level of football. You see his overall record in playoff games. He is 19-2 in the IFL, 121-23, has won 10 league championships, 6 in the Indoor Football League, 4 in the National Indoor Football League. At one time, his teams had won 40 straight games back in the NIFL. So there are not many better coaches on the sideline in any level of football than Curtis Riggs. And for the Iowa Barnstormers, what a job Dixie Wooten has done, taking over a team that had won 4 games the year before he arrived. He's been named the IFL Coach of the Year for the 2nd year in a row, and well-deserved, piloting the Barnstormers to an 11-3 regular season and a share of the league championship.
Built this franchise back up by bringing in really, really good talent and helping them get to the next level in each of their careers.
Last year, he led Iowa to the conference championship game against Sioux Falls. It was a 66-32 loss, but the teams, as we now know, are much more even than that.
Yeah, Iowa went on the road and won at Sioux Falls for the first time this year, and that, to me, was the moment that we realized how good the Barnstormers were.
And there you see, being hugged by Zach Allen, Deb Kotler, the widow of our great friend Larry Kotler. He used to occupy the booth right next door to us doing color on Barnstormer Radio, and we would exchange glances and notes. The man with the beard, that is his older son, Big Zach they call him, and one of his sons. And also walking out there with the assistant, the co-coaches, I should say, the co-captains for this game, Alan Enyard and Brady Rowland for the Barnstormers. Lorenzo Brown is out there along with Trey Wofford. And also there, Jabari Gorman for Sioux Falls.
This is the head. This is the tails. What is your call?
Tails, sir.
Tails is called. Governor Reynolds, would you please step up and do the coin toss, please? It is a tails. You have won the toss.
Defer to the second half.
Sioux Falls has won the toss. We'll defer to the second half. You'd like the ball? Which goal would you like to defend and kick from?
We want to kick that way.
Put your backs here. Your backs over here. Iowa will receive on the south goal. Good luck, men.
I refer to Larry's son as Big Zach, and that's because he has 2 sons, both named Zachary, and that's the elder and the younger 12-year-old Zach. And so Larry Kotler certainly thought of so much as this game begins tonight. The officiating crew here because of their merit. Jim Schaefer's on the Green Bay crew, rated the #1 referee in the league. Joe Schultz on the Green Bay Crew, rated the #1 umpire in the league. Rod Fields is the head linesman, and yes, he was rated #1 in the league. The line judge is from the Iowa Crew, Josh Bevins. He also is highly ranked. And from the Cedar Rapids Crew, it's Brad Bunting as the back judge. He also highly rated. So it's a blue ribbon crew tonight for this championship matchup between the Storm and the Barnstormers.
Iowa, one of the least penalized teams in the league, and certainly hoping to stay that way. They'll need to in this game.
As you saw, Sioux Falls won the toss. They've deferred to the second half, and so we are set for action. Sheldon Augustine, who last week or 2 weeks ago against Nebraska in the United Conference Championship game returned 3 kicks for an average of 28 yards, is in the end zone to return for the Iowa Barnstormers. Biggest crowd of the season, and probably the biggest crowd in recent franchise history, certainly since these teams have been members of the IFL.
Yeah, very exciting atmosphere. A number of fans from Sioux Falls here as well, but the Iowa faithful have shown up and are ready for a big-time contest.
Miles Bergner, the IFL Special Teams Player of the Year on the kickoff, which skips over the boards.
And that is an absolutely perfect kick. You can't do it any better. Iowa's going to start at the 3-yard line.
And so the Barnstormer offense, under the direction of the Offensive Player of the Year in the IFL, Drew Powell, will come out first. Powell has thrown for 1,604 yards this year and 34 touchdowns, and has been intercepted only 1 time. He has rushed for a league-high 939 yards. That's an average of nearly 5 yards a carry, and has scored 23 touchdowns on the ground. He leads the league in total offense, and again is the Offensive Player of the Year, and his team starts from the 5-yard line. Jamal Tyler, his running back, goes in motion, so it's an empty backfield. And the left-hand quarterback Powell will try to run it and get just about 2 yards on the play. And that is the end of the line, as it is Chad Stottero leading the charge for the Storm. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. And for the Iowa Barnstormers, Ryan Valentine, Brady Rowland, again, first team all-league this season, and Sheldon Augustine, the receivers, Jamal Tyler, the running back, and up front, Ken Van Huel and Brandon Haskin, each won all-league honors, along with the center, Randall Jackson Clemens. Defensively for Sioux Falls, and they're a good one. Davis, Williams, and Bell up front. Reed with 4 sacks this year as the linebacker, and Smith, Gorman, Wofford, and White in the secondary, and 2 of those players all league in the recently completed voting for 2018. Quick hitter complete to Augustine, and he is nailed at the 14-yard line. Looks like he's going to be maybe a yard shy of a first down.
Desmond Reed with an awesome play that time. The previous play, Drew Powell isolated one-on-one on him, and able to step up and have that good first down run defense, which forces Iowa into a 3rd down situation. 3rd and 1, certainly manageable for them, but short yardage. There's going to be a lot of those kinds of situations, and you mentioned, as you talked to Coach Wooten this week, how important he said the goal line was going to be. This is another situation like that. Got to convert this.
Empty backfield. Powell on 3rd and 1. Quick hitter, and it's complete for a first down to Jamal Tyler at the 20-yard line. Tackle made by Chad Stottero once again, and Jamal Tyler, who had a big game in the United Conference Championship game against Nebraska with the completion.
Nice patience by Powell, looking over the field. Everybody's covered. Throws it to his check down man. Has the option to run if he wants to. Sees that his running back is right there.
In the conference championship game against Nebraska, Tyler rushed 7 times for 39 yards and a touchdown. He also made 3 special teams tackles on kickoffs. And he gets the starting call at running back. This time it's a fake, and Powell keeps. He's to the 25 to midfield. He's into Sioux Falls territory, still on his feet and battling for a first down. Good fake that time, which really fooled the Storm.
Nice job of blocking up front by the offensive line, but Drew Powell sets that play up by the absolutely outstanding fake and aggressive backside edge play by the defensive end, and Powell up to the second level.
Barnstormers recording their second first down on their opening drive. Drew Powell, 6'3", 220 pounds, second year in the league. Played for Nebraska last year, and 2 of the last 3 starts that he had for the Danger a year ago, he was the league offensive player of the week. He won that honor 3 times this year for the Iowa Barnstormers. Handoff comes to Donovan Williams as both running backs will be used by Dixie Wooten. He plunges forward and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that will be about the end of the line for Donovan Williams. So Dixie Wooten, who normally goes with one running back a lot, has come back with Donovan Williams quickly in this first series of downs.
Yeah, I think realizing that the running game and controlling the clock is going to be critical in this one. Having 2 options, something that Coach Wooten really hasn't had this season, electing to have 2 quarterbacks active most of the year.
Sioux Falls, the highest scoring team in the league, so indeed the Barnstormer game plan, extended drives, keep the ball out of the Storm hands as long as possible. Pass complete to an open receiver on the far sideline. That is Donovan Williams. He makes his 14th catch of the year and gets the Barnstormers a first down in the red zone.
Well, they're going to say he's slightly short on this one, so another third down in compressed territory coming up.
Third down and a yard to go. You're right, he was pulled down just short. And so it'll be a 3rd and 1 call. In the red zone at the 9-yard line. Ryan Ballantyne, Brady Rowland are wide receivers to the right. Augustine on the line of scrimmage on the left. Plunging for the first down, Drew Powell. There is the first down, 3rd first down in this series for the Barnstormers. 1st and goal for Iowa on their opening possession. And you talk about time-consuming drive. This is already a 5-minute drive for Iowa.
Now, Iowa has to like what's going on right now, but you've got to cash into pay dirt. And Sioux Falls gets better and better as they get closer to the end zone. They play deep coverage most of the time, and in this situation, they're able to play a little tighter. We talked about Desmond Reed already and the good tackle he made on the first play of this series. He is just shadowing Drew Powell, following him around. That's obviously the game plan for the night.
Out of the I formation look with B.J. Butler in as a fullback. Drew Powell keeps. He's hit at the 5-yard line and driven back. So this close to the goal line, Dixie Wooten likes to go with his 300-pound fullback and defensive player, but used on offense for blocking B.J. Butler.
Yeah, and Iowa never able to get leverage on that side. Just outflanked. Great play by the defensive end, maintaining leverage, and a nice job running across the formation. You saw Reed again get over the top of that thing in a hurry and erase the play.
And so the Barnstormers now face a 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line. A time-consuming opening drive as we're already at 8:35 in the first quarter. Barnstormers have had the ball since the beginning of the game. Butler remains in to block. Powell back, the left-hander, forced out of the pocket. Will run. Now throws it the last minute, throws it away. Sensing he might take a loss on the play, knowing he could go nowhere on the run, he wisely threw it to the crowd.
Barnstormers showing a lot of different looks, and I think if Drew Powell had chosen to run a little earlier on that series, or in that play, he might have had a crease, but again, he knows Reed is out there waiting for him, and a smart play.
So important scoring in the red zone against the Storm for the Barnstormers that Dixie Wooten has actually employed 9 different formations. He may not use them all, but there are 9 different formations in the red zone he can call on. That's how important he knows it will be to score in the red zone tonight. Powell this time has time. Throws. That's complete to Donovan to Bell. Butler for a touchdown. B.J. Butler catches his touchdown pass, the 2nd of the year, and the Barnstormers have the first lead.
Dixie having to go to his deep in his bag of tricks to score on this drive. I think that says a lot about Sioux Falls and the kind of defense they just played. that you got to scrape the 300-pounder out of the backfield, and an excellent execution that time. It looked like a run fake. The secondary's not able to roll around fast enough. B.J. Butler able to haul it in and secure it across the goal line.
Josh Gables has hit 67% of his point afters since joining the team late in the season. His kick is up. His line drive kick is good. And with 6:50 left to play in the opening quarter, the Iowa Barnstormers open scoring in the United Bowl with a 10-play, 45-yard drive. It's Iowa 7, Sioux Falls nothing.
At Travis Audio Video, we don't just compete, we beat the competition every day.
With better service, with better products, with better prices, Travis Audio Video offers Iowa's best selection of LG's premium line of high-definition TVs.
Featuring LG OLED, the best television set ever built. It crushes traditional LED technology. Come to Travis Audio Video for AV furniture, loudspeakers, and components. Stop in today and discover why Travis Audio Video is your best choice.
You begin with promise. You choose to go forward and be great. You want healthcare that gets where you're going through every stage of life. You need doctors who make your primary care their primary focus. We agree. That's why the primary care you deserve is just minutes away from your door. Visit mercydesmoines.org and choose a doctor who gets you.
Great price, great selection, great experience. That's what people expect today. What isn't expected is how hard we work after the sale to keep your business. Hard work, honesty, integrity, discipline, trust, character. These core values are why we grow every year and why we continue to acquire more dealerships. Experience the Schottenkirk way of doing business and come visit our new Ford dealership in Indianola.
The Barnstormers used the first 8 minutes and 10 seconds of the game to score on a 45-yard, 10-play drive and take a 7-0 lead as the 300-pound fullback B.J. Butler catches the touchdown pass. Here's the former Hawkeye, Damon Powell, returning to the 16-yard line where he's brought down by Jamal Tyler, and that's where the Storm will play their first offensive possession. Just a picture Dixie Wooten drive on that first possession for Iowa.
Yeah, and to convert on multiple third down situations. The Barnstormers getting exactly what they wanted out of it. And I don't think we can sell short how big that extra point was by Josh Gable. Right down the middle. You think about you grind out this big drive against a high-scoring team, and then you miss the extra point. It can be really disconcerting. Gable with a nice kickoff to follow.
Lorenzo Brown out of the University of Sioux Falls takes the snap, completes to Damon Powell, the former Iowa Hawkeye, across the 20-yard line, up to the 21, ridden down by Keith Jones Jr.
Mistimed that time, and I think there's going to be an offsides penalty against Sioux Falls.
Again, Jim Schaefer, our referee tonight. And this is the first penalty of the game.
Illegal defense. Number 35 was not stationary at the snap as the blitzing linebacker. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So this penalty against the Barnstormers.
And it might not have been stationary because the wide receiver was a yard past the line of scrimmage when the ball was snapped, but I don't mean to nitpick.
Lorenzo Brown has thrown for 38 touchdowns this year, has rushed for 24 touchdowns. Leads the league in touchdown scores, 8th year playing in indoor football. And from under center, he's back to throw. He fakes, he will run. And he runs into Zach Allen, who angles him out of the 22-yard line, following a gain of maybe 1 on the play. Let's take a look at the Sioux Falls Storm starters on offense. The team that leads the league in total offense and in points produced. Brown at quarterback with Powell, Judd Harrell their top receiver, and Damian Ford the other receiver. Lyle McCombs the running back. Forrestal Hickman, first team All-IFL on the line, along with Lawrence Martin and Jabari Buckley. Great running play, kept by Brown, and he gets across the midfield stripe into the 24-yard line of Iowa. Will be close to a first down. Defensively for the Barnstormers, of course, missing Bryce Inyard due to the injury. Jones, Bennett, Butler up front. Zachary Allen, the linebacker. Rocky Hayes, an outstanding rookie from Arkansas State, taking the place in the starting lineup of Inyard. And the secondary of Wycliffe, Pearson, and Gloston.
So Zach Allen with a great tackle on the first down play as Lawrence Brown was in a scramble situation. You can see that both teams spying the quarterback tonight with their linebackers.
Brown wants to keep, brings it up the middle. Tyrell Pearson is there to drill him. That on a first down play gets 3.
Watch Zachary Allen step up and fill this hole as well, and with company, but in the right place.
Ryan Bennett also a piece of the action. You see Forrestal Hickman there again, first team All-League this year. Lawrence Martin, first team All-League on the offensive line. So 2 of the offensive starters up front for Sioux Falls, All-League performers. On second and long, the pass is intercepted. It's picked off by Jordan Wycliffe. And the first turnover of the ball game is committed by Sioux Falls as Jordan Wycliffe has his 4th pick of the year.
And Wycliffe super aggressive to get that away from Harold, who is one of my favorite guys in the league. What a play.
Wycliffe, who were in second team All-League honors, picks off the pass. There's a timeout with Iowa up 7-0.
It's June, and that means Father's Day and fire. At Fireplace Superstore, we have great deals for you on fire pits and barbecues, like this Castel Sedona group, marked from $38.49 down to $34.99. Or this stylish Jensen Seville group, was $42.39, now $38.99. And this Weber Genesis 310 will amaze you with its cooking performance and durability at only $7.49. And those are just a small part of this, Central Iowa's largest selection of patio furniture and barbecue grills.
Did you know a smile can actually reduce stress? Or that the act of giving scientifically alters your mood? In fact, it's little things like these that lead to our world-class outcomes. And it's good to know others are noticing. We're proud to announce that U.S. News & World Report has recognized us for high performance in 7 types of care. Get more out of your health.
Barnstormers dedicating this game to the late sportscaster Larry Kotler, and that's why they're wearing his initials on the back of his helmet. And those of you not in the Des Moines area, Larry, a victim of the flooding that hit Des Moines last Saturday night. Big running play, Drew Powell to midfield. Powell calls his own number and quickly lugs it into Sioux Falls territory on a 19-yard gain.
Really well blocked at the point of attack. You see the offensive line with a draw look, and that time Drew Powell steps back, pumps it once, and takes off. And nice variety by Dixie Wooten with the draw call.
But Dixie Wooten explains about Sioux Falls is basically they play a deep coverage, a bend don't break philosophy. So his counter will be shorter passing plays and a lot of running tonight.
And great when you get the opportunity to run all those DBs off by the draw action.
Jamal Tyler gets the call, cuts in with a nice cut and gets to the 15-yard line. Made a really good cut at the 20-yard line. Sprinted ahead for another 5 yards down to the 15-yard line. In all, a gain of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down and 3.
And again, that offensive line, a huge difference maker for the Barnstormers year to year. These guys have done an excellent job up front all season long. And you saw it there, moving their guys out of position. Ken Van Huel leading the block.
We mentioned that the Storm have 2 first-team All-League performers on their offensive line. The Barnstormers have 2 second-team All-IFL selections on their front line with Haskin and Van Huel. And the running play is drying up after a gain of a yard.
Big time tackle by Reed, just finding his way across the blocking, being patient, getting into the tackle, wrapping him up and taking him down to the ground.
It was Desmond Reed who blocked that safety in the last Iowa-Sioux Falls meeting that won the game for Sioux Falls when the blocked field goal fell for a safety.
Another critical third down situation for Iowa.
On the season, Sioux Falls allowing opponents just 44% success on third down. The Barnstormers 54% success on third down. Powell tries the quarterback sneak, ran into his own blocker, and that knocked him off pace, and then he got buried. Once again, it is Desmond Reed at the bottom of the stack on the tackle.
4th and short. Iowa's bringing in the big unit.
That would be number 99, B.J. Butler.
Yeah, going heavy.
6'3", 300 pounds. He was first used as a fullback in the Arizona game at Arizona, and by the way, caught a touchdown pass in that game. Valentine's in the backfield. Powell keeping, trying for that extra yard to get the first down, and did he get it? The officials won on Powell. Sioux Falls celebrating as if he did not. And we're about to find out when they see exactly where the football should be marked.
Yeah, they're going to mark him short. I thought he had the first down with his initial press. And you'll see him get knocked back and not go down yet. Right there, I thought he had it. And it was at this point that the officials came in and marked him. So both teams failing to convert on drives, stepping up with defense.
And Iowa failing to convert on the pass interception by Jordan Wycliffe. So Sioux Falls survives their first turnover of the game, and they have the football at the 13-yard line in this final minute of a rapidly moving first quarter. Rapidly moving because Iowa took over 8 minutes on their initial drive to score. Brown, quick hitter, far sideline. It is caught by Damian Ford for a short gain. And Ford slow getting up and hopping back into the offensive huddle.
Tackled down around the ankle. And,
Jeremy Gloston on the stop.
Sioux Falls not as deep. We talked about the injury to Tatum. Training staff out to take a look at him, take him off the field, do a little evaluation. That's good coaching. You know, you don't necessarily, sure, a kid could stay in there and play some more, but this is too critical of a situation to have somebody not at full speed. Get another guy in the game and see what you can do.
Sioux Falls on their second possession. Curtis Riggs now summoning someone from the bench to replace Ford.
And that's not so good when you're...
Clock to 28 seconds. 28 seconds. Thank you.
You got to be ready when coach calls your number, right?
Yes, and then he dropped his helmet on the way out of the turnstile, so that took him just a little extra longer to get in there, and that's Claude Davis, who they brought in.
They'll move him into the running back position and split out RB.
So that's what they do. Davis, number 95, 6'5", 265 pounds. Normally a defensive player, but he will fill the role that B.J. Butler has filled for Iowa as a big blocking back. Brown on the last play of the quarter throws. It's completed midfield for a first down for Sioux Falls. Tackle made by Damon Powell and pushed out of bounds by Rocky Hayes. And that will bring the first quarter to a close. So Sioux Falls converts on a first down and gets the ball into Barnstormer territory as we complete quarter number 1. Great catch by Damon Powell. It's 7-0 Iowa at the end of a period.
Rattle, rattle, thunder, clutter, boom, boom, boom. Don't worry, call the CarX man.
Let the train-tested, top-of-the-line technicians at CarX work on your vehicle. We have the right guys for the job and the state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment to get the job done. When it's hotter inside than outside your vehicle, the place to go is CarX. We'll give your vehicle a free inspection, and if the system needs work, we have only the highest quality authorized replacement parts. The only difference is it costs less.
Big savings at CarX.
I'm an amateur cartoonist, and I've done that all my life. I've enjoyed doodling and that kind of thing. Well, my name is spelled with a C. For a logo, you can't do much with a C, but the German way of spelling my name is with a K. So anyway, in my doodling, I thought, you know, if I turn that thing backwards and make it in cartoon style, paint it red, it'd make a nice logo. I think it's one of the better things that I'd done early on.
Caro Chevrolet.
As we celebrate our history, we look forward to the future.
A future that includes the best of the past.
A future that includes the best of the new.
A future that includes supporting our communities.
And of course, a future that still includes serving our famous pizza.
This month, get our new Ultimate Pepperoni Pizza for only $9.99 and sign up for a chance to win $50,000 in our 50th anniversary sweepstakes.
Casey's, famous for pizza.
Gets in the way of the things you love.
Sioux Falls on their second possession as Iowa and Sioux Falls battle for that trophy, the United Bowl Indoor Football League Championship Trophy. This the 10th year of the league. Sioux Falls has played in 8 of the previous 9 United Bowls. They won 6 in a row from 2011 to 2016, dethroned by Arizona last year, 51-40. The only other loss they have sustained in the United Bowl was back in 2010 to Billings. And they've got a first down in Iowa territory to begin the second quarter of play. Their veteran quarterback, Lorenzo Brown, completes. And the pass is caught by Ford at the 15-yard line. Damian Ford, who caught 22 passes in just 4 games for the Storm during the regular season, on the reception at the 15-yard line.
And Larry, 0 pass rush right now for Iowa. Guys just locked up all over the field, and you're seeing why this Sioux Falls offensive line is so highly regarded throughout the season.
Jordan Wycliffe on the tackle for Iowa. It's a 2nd and 1 call, a play down for Curtis Riggs and his group. Lorenzo Brown will keep it for the first down, sheds the first wave of tacklers, and then he gets buried by Rocky Hayes. First down for the Storm.
Good job at the point of attack, moving B.J. Butler out of the road. You get double team there, and then Brown patient enough, picking his way into the second level. Good tackle by the Barnstormers.
First down at the 11 for the Storm. Brown up the middle with time, throws the pass deflected and incomplete. Intended receiver Damon Powell, covered by Iowa linebacker Zach Allen.
Not something you normally see from Brown, pressing a little bit that time and tried to fit that into a little too tight of a window and a high and away throw. One that could have been picked off by the Barnstormers.
So far it's been Lorenzo Brown keep or Lorenzo Brown throw, and they've not used running back Lyle McCombs to date. On second down at the 11, this time McCombs gets the call for the first down and gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux Falls.
Brown able to follow McCombs as a blocking back, and basically just an isolation play off the left side. And wide open, man. That was well blocked. They got on Zachary Allen that time, and an excellent drive by Sioux Falls.
And that is the 98th rushing touchdown of Lorenzo Brown's career, and that is the all-time record in the IFL. Miles Berger has hit 86% of his point after tries, and he adds that one as well. So with 12:42 left to play in the first half, the Storm come back to tie the game at 7.
At Travis Audio Video, we don't just compete, we beat the competition every day.
With better service, with better products, with better prices, Travis Audio Video offers Iowa's best selection of LG's premium line of high-definition TVs.
Featuring LG OLED, the best television set ever built. It crushes traditional LED technology. Come to Travis Audio Video for AV furniture, loudspeakers, and components. Stop in today and discover why Travis Audio Video is your best choice.
You begin with promise. You choose to go forward and be great. You want healthcare that gets where you're going. through every stage of life. You need doctors who make your primary care their primary focus. We agree. That's why the primary care you deserve is just minutes away from your door. Visit mercydesmoines.org and choose a doctor who gets you.
It's an instant world these days. People want everything right now.
One Instaplay ticket, please.
Case in point, Instaplay tickets. They're like scratch games you don't have to scratch, and some have progressive jackpots that keep growing too.
I won!
So you can experience immediate joy.
Very wise, grasshopper.
My name is Sam.
They're fun, they're fast, and they're available now.
Things you love.
Lorenzo Brown with a IFL record 98th career touchdown brings it in to the end zone to tie the score at 7 at 12:42 left to play in the opening half.
Sioux Falls a nice deep throw that time to Damon Powell on that drive, and Brown able to get some stuff going on the ground as well. So dual threat. Barnstormers certainly want to make Sioux Falls one-dimensional and take away the running game, and that offensive line has done a nice job for Sioux Falls so far.
So Sioux Falls thus far has either run with Brown or Brown passing on every play. All 10 initiated by the quarterback, Sheldon Augustine. Gets out of the end zone, gets up to the 9-yard line, and is brought down there. And a good open field tackle turned in by Damon Smith II. So the Barnstormers with their third possession of the night. Dixie Wooten looking it over. Now look at this play. Powell scrambling. He does not see B.J. Butler at 300 pounds, somehow couldn't spot him.
Yeah, well, you know, you're looking left, rotating away, and when Butler's the check down guy, it's harder, but when he's a primary receiver like he was on the touchdown play, it becomes much easier. So Barnstormers need to find a way to continue to be diverse.
Powell throws deep, Valentine wide open, touchdown Barnstormers.
Broken coverage that time for Sioux Falls, and Dixie Wooten dink and dunk, and then throw it deep. What a play call.
A 42-yard touchdown strike to Valentine.
You know, and really a surprising play, given that it wasn't like it was play action. There was nothing to really suck the DBs up. It just was a miscommunication, and then you'll notice Drew Powell making sure not to throw the ball too far. A lot of quarterbacks see that play open up and get overly excited and throw it over the head of the guy they're trying to get it to. He just threw it up like a punt.
12th touchdown catch of the year, 78th of the career of the veteran Ryan Valentine. The point after is good, and with 11:25 left to play in the first half, the Barnstormers strike big for 42 yards to open a 14-7 lead.
Watch good opportunity to see Powell celebrate this thing. He knew as soon as the play started it was going to go big, and I think these guys aren't pumped up, man. This is it's a huge deal, and that play, one of the largest, it really, I think, in the series between these two teams. You talk about plays that make or break games that matter. That's one of them.
And Ryan Valentine, a veteran of this league, he's had a lot of success. And in fact, by scoring his 78th touchdown pass, he's all-time number 9 in IFL touchdown receiving. He is actually tied with Brady Rowland of the Barnstormers, played less years. And the Barnstormers always involving their fans and appreciating the following they've got this year from the fans. And tonight, the crowd is stupendous.
Yeah, and you know, you talk about doing the little things right. You get pumped up. There's a big play like that. A little bit unexpected on first down. Josh Gable trots out and bangs the extra point through the uprights to give the Barnstormers a 7-point lead.
Damon Powell, who tried out for various CFL teams, back to return. He did not sign in the IFL with the Storm until May the 29th. Tries to get out of the end zone, looking for some opening, but Rocky Hayes is there to stop it. Rocky Hayes, an outstanding rookie from Arkansas State. And he makes a big tackle. He came up with 3 interceptions in the United Conference Championship game in Iowa's 48-17 win over Nebraska. One of them returned for a touchdown. So Hayes just continues to emerge as an outstanding player and a star to be in the IFL.
Yeah, no doubt. And the Barnstormers getting the little details right. And another excellent kickoff, good coverage. A lot of things going on. You know, you talked about the crowd. Right now in town, Hamilton, just the 3rd city that Hamilton has been to, an incredible feather in Iowa's cap.
Right.
And 8035 Music Festival. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening, and this crowd's turned up. It's excellent.
McCombs on the carry, Butler on the tackle. It's a gain of a pair. And it'll bring up second, and you are absolutely right. Des Moines is just bursting with activities, especially right here in the downtown area tonight. And just a week ago, the tragic flood hit Des Moines that took the life of our colleague Larry Kotler that we talked about already tonight, and who the Barnstormers have dedicated this game. But today, the sun is shining brightly. Brown throws, and the pass is incomplete. The intended receiver was Damian Ford, covered by Jeremy Gloston.
Blitz for the first time. Zach Allen coming and getting in Lorenzo Brown's face, making him throw it away a little earlier than he wanted to. You'll see predetermined blitz. Iowa will use that sparingly, but an excellent play call defensively.
You and I have been so impressed this year by the play calling of Dixie Wooten and his staff, both on offense and defense, and the defense coordinator, Marcus Coleman, dialing up the blitz that time. On 3rd and 8. Brown up the middle, and he has an open receiver, and it is Judd Harold who makes the catch. Goes down at the 19-yard line of Iowa, and the tackle of Jordan Wycliffe. First down is Judd Harold, the leading receiver for Sioux Falls. 49th catch of the year, that a 21-yard gain.
I was just about to mention his name and say this is the sort of situation where Judd Harold gets involved. And, you know, that guy from an unbelievable program at Mount Union, just a true champion's never known defeat, and converts a really critical 3rd down situation backed up.
Penalty marker on the play as it's carried by Powell down to the 7-yard line, but a flag thrown. Just the 2nd penalty flag thrown in the ball game, which has been cleanly played thus far. Jim Schaefer, again the #1 rated referee in the league, who works on the Green Bay Crew, our official, our umpire.
Number 20 on the offense. 10-yard penalty in the spot of the foul. First down.
I should say a referee, not our umpire, by the way. And that hold versus the Storm.
So fortunate occurrence for the Barnstormers, and really not all that bad of a deal for Sioux Falls. You'd like to have a 2nd and short situation, but you know, 1st and 12 is not the worst penalty you've ever endured in franchise history.
Curtis Riggs on the sideline for the Storm. Goes 19-2, his record in playoffs.
And they make tremendous adjustments at halftime.
Brown's got time, delivers near sideline. It's caught by Ford, and he's to the 9-yard line. Zach Allen there for the tackle. And Damian Ford out of Stillman College has done a terrific job this year for Sioux Falls. In just 4 games, caught 22 passes in the regular season.
That time, B.J. Butler got a little bit of pressure to the inside. He used an inside move, but Lorenzo Brown with enough protection to get it out and pick up the first down.
First down in the red zone. Fake to McComb, keep by Brown, brought down by Byron Bennett as he hits the 5-yard line, gets 3 on the play, second goal at the 5.
Quarterback counter really well defended by the Barnstormers that time. Able to get a man on the jet side of things. That's B.J. Butler getting up the field, and then a nice tackle by Bennett as the quarterback got downhill.
By the way, we should mention Ford, who caught the last pass, had been taken out of the game with an injury earlier. He gets the pitch now, tries to turn the corner at the 5, and Jeremy Gloston says no. He will stop him at the 4-yard line after a gain of 1. Wycliffe and Pearson also there on the stop for the Barnstormers.
Wycliffe and Pearson doing a great job of fighting off the blocks of the 2 wide receivers out there, blocking them. You see them get through those blocks and then allow the inside-out pursuit to clean things up.
So it is now 3rd down and goal to go at the 4-yard line. Crowd roars, and those who brought cowbells, reminiscent of old Barnstormer days.
Curtis Riggs
ring
making
them loud.
An adjustment. He just audibled this play.
Brown sets up, delivers, and the pass is incomplete. Zach Allen covering and over the dasher board, trying to hang on and could not do it. Lyle McCombs, and it's 4th down, but the penalty marker's down. Penalty marker thrown in the end zone.
Illegal contact. Number 4 on the defense. Half the distance. Foul. Automatic.
Rocky Hayes gets the infraction. 1st and goal for the Storm.
Massive change of events in this situation. Barnstormers have gotten off the field defensively and called for defensive holding, I think, and
again, it was Rocky Hayes who was called for, not Zach Allen,
right,
who saw there defending against the pass. But Rocky Hayes commits the infraction, a costly one. And, you know, you talk about little things that aren't so little things. That would be an example.
Yeah, for sure. You know, right now, not only are you on the field for a whole nother set of downs, if you can bow up again, but you potentially trade a 4-point play.
Brown stopped, so he throws for the touchdown to Damon Powell.
And
looked like he wanted to run it, instead pulled back and fired it. And a penalty marker once again has been thrown. And this in the backfield, it would appear, of the Sioux Falls Storm. Damon Powell, if that name sounds familiar to Iowa fans, he was a Hawkeye from 2014 to 2013, I should say, to 2015. And then a tragic story happened to him. He had been signed as a free agent by the Arizona Cardinals. In the offseason was shot, just an innocent bystander, shot in his mother's front yard in Toledo, Ohio, in the neck and the jaw.
Illegal blitz. Number 3. He was not the designated blitzer and blitzed over the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
So the touchdown stands. It's 14-13, pending the point after by Bergner. The penalty against the Barnstormers. So Iowa with a couple of costly penalties when they had a legitimate chance on 3rd down from the 4-yard line of perhaps stopping the Storm. But the penalty gave them a first down. Another penalty on the touchdown. The point after is good. And the game is tied at 14-14 with 6:12 left to play in the first half. Brown with a quick hitter to Powell to score the touchdown for Sioux Falls, completing a 9-play, 42-yard drive. So this game about what you would expect in terms of how close it is. Key plays on both teams, but some key penalties hurting the Barnstormers' defensive effort on that last series.
Yeah, had a chance to get off the field and called for a hold, and then on the touchdown throw, penalty thrown in from a surprising area. The official way behind the play in the offensive backfield throws a flag on the defensive back.
You mentioned that the Barnstormers, one of the least penalized teams in the Indoor Football League.
Yeah, and you know, games have 4 quarters for a reason. Typically things like this, where you've got a couple penalties early, tend to even themselves out over the course of a game. But a 4-point swing on that one.
Miles Bergner keeps it on the ground. Augustine advances on the football to the 15, to the 20, and he is brought down at the 22-yard line. Once again, a special teams tackle from Damon Smith II. Second time that he has made the stop on kickoff coverage for the Storm.
You know, a surprising stat to me, just looking at where we're at right now. Sioux Falls with 8 first downs in this game, Iowa 6. And you think about how the Barnstormers have really driven down the field and used clock. All of a sudden now, possession time almost even between these two teams. Iowa with a minute-and-a-half advantage there. But Sioux Falls, a gritty ball club, and you see it in situations like the last 2 scoring drives for them.
Drew Powell off to a good start. 7 rushes, averages 5 yards per carry. Total of 35 yards, 5 of 6 passing, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns. Once again, he calls his own number and gets good yardage on first down. You talked about first down defense for Sioux Falls and how important that would be. And there's a 7-yard gain on first down by Drew Powell.
Yeah, and that time a lead blocker up in the hole to take away the linebacker, pulling the guard around. And that really good blocking. We've talked about Ken Van Huel. He's having a nice game so far on the right-hand side.
Ken Van Huel, second team All-IFL, as is running back the other side of the center, and that would be Brandon Haskin. And in the middle, Randall Jackson Clemens didn't get an honor, but he's done a terrific job as well. Quick hitter, complete to Ballantyne. He breaks away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Barnstormers. Ryan Ballantyne into the end zone for the second time tonight.
As explosive as I've seen Ryan Ballantyne look all year long, that was a great play. And picking his feet up to get free, the acceleration after the catch. There's an extra pulse and heartbeat in that guy out here tonight. And it showed up right there.
A 23-yard touchdown strike to give Iowa a 20-14 lead. Going and gone, Ballantyne for the second time tonight. He's caught a 42-yard bomb, and that time a 23-yard catch. Josh Gable out of the hold of Brady Rowland for the PAT try. And that is up, and once again, he is able to blast it through. There's a little confrontation between Randall Jackson Clemens and the Sioux Falls Storm, which is quickly broken up. The point after is good. The Barnstormers open a 21-14 lead. And Josh Gable, who missed a couple of PATs at Sioux Falls in a game that Iowa wound up losing by 2, has been perfect thus far in 3 point after tries. 4:17 left to play in the opening half, a 21-14 Iowa lead. And Drew Powell has been nearly flawless so far tonight, Ben.
Yeah, he's been really, really good. And, you know, Barnstormers giving him lots of opportunities to do what he does. And that time, a tough throw over the middle. Pretty well covered. Ryan Ballantyne securing the catch, making a big-time move. A lot of confidence by Drew Powell to throw the ball into that situation. And enough patience, because the play wasn't there initially. Had to wait for Ballantyne to get into the break. Good enough protection to make it happen. And we haven't talked about Claude Davis at all in this game, other than the fact that he was a little late coming in to play offense. But Claude Davis, one of the truly phenomenal defensive lineman in this league, and we've said his name 0 times defensively. That tells you a little bit about the job the Barnstormers O-line is doing.
So Drew Powell, 6 of 7 passing, 94 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's also rushed 8 times for 40 yards, living up to his plaudit as the Offensive Player of the Year in the IFL.
What a kick.
Powell from very deep in the end zone, along the far sideline, is able to get good yardage out to the 19-yard line. Pushed out of bounds at that point by Giovanni Francois. But after that deep kickoff, excellent job by Damon Powell on the return.
Yeah, able to make the first man miss right around the 6-yard line, and once he did that, he had a lane. Pretty good defense by the Barnstormers to close it back up again, but good field position. You see the kickoff, that thing is dropping right next to the dasher board in the end zone. If you're going to kick it high and deep, that you can't do it any better than Josh Gable just did, but a nice return.
Damon Powell, again, just signed by the Storm late in May the 29th to be specific, so he has done a terrific job in his 3 games with Sioux Falls, and his kick returns have been outstanding. That was just the latest example. Brown near sideline, completes it to Ford. Ford tackled as he hits the 22-yard line. Tyrell Pearson over there to make the stop, along with Jordan Wycliffe. It's a gain of 5, bringing up 2nd and 5 with 3.5 minutes left to play. In the first half, both teams with their full complement of timeouts. Running play to McCombs, and he carries it to the 23-yard line. Gets maybe a yard on the play and no more, and the Barnstormers close down well on it.
Yeah, really good read that time. The Barnstormers, Giovanni Francois on the backside edge, not letting that thing get away from him.
Francois not signed until the playoff for the Barnstormers. He was in Miami, Florida when the Barnstormers called him. He drove 19 hours straight through to be at a practice on Wednesday prior to the United Conference Championship game 2 weeks ago on Saturday. Yes, he really wanted to play, didn't he?
Incredible.
Complete out of the backfield to McCombs, and he's going to be shy of a first down. Long throw to the far sideline, but a lot of yardage in the air, not much on the ground, and it'll bring up a 4th and long call for Sioux Falls.
Rocky Hayes with an incredible play, keeping the blocker off of him, just stoning that guy at the line of scrimmage to not allow the swing pass to have an opportunity to break up the field. Impressive.
So here comes a big call. 4th down and 3 with 2 minutes and 12 and counting in the first half. The very large and loud crowd imploring the Barnstormer defense to come up with a hold.
Curtis Riggs going to take a timeout.
Not a surprise here. This is a crucial play, and he's got the full complement of 3, so he'll use one here.
Governor up and ready.
Sioux Falls uses a timeout. Coming up at halftime, a chance to visit with the commissioner of the Indoor Football League, Mike Althouse, and he'll talk about this 16 league this year. Will it expand next year? And some other interesting topics. Mike Althouse, the commissioner of the IFL, coming up at halftime. Look at Curtis Riggs, and of course the great trivia about Curtis Riggs, that he was a stunt double for Dennis Quaid in the movie Any Given Sunday.
Yeah, and you can see some similarities between those guys. Curtis Riggs, as good as it comes in so many different ways, but in particular the adjustments that they make as the game goes along. Managing situations like this, deciding to go for it here, even though he's got a tremendous field goal kicker on the sideline. He knows the Barnstormers have been efficient enough offensively that he's going to have to score touchdowns in this game.
And Dixie Wooten on the sideline for the Barnstormers. 2-time IFL Coach of the Year, last year and this year. Okay, here's the big one. 4th down and 3.
Barnstormers defense trying to make sure they're all in the right position.
Blitz on, Brown throws over the blitz, completes it for a first down to Powell. Make it to Ford. Damian Ford on the reception at the 16-yard line. So they took the timeout, came up with a well-conceived play, and Damian Ford makes the grab.
Barnstormers blitz, don't get there in time, and Ford able to get open. And now the clock becomes an interesting element with 1:30 to go.
That, by the way, already the fourth catch tonight for Damian Ford. The pitch comes to McCombs. McCombs tackled by an ankle by Zach Allen. Big play by Zach Allen. First team All-IFL linebacker. He stops McCombs for a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 coming up. And that will bring us to the 1-minute warning.
Zach Allen having to read a lot of things. He's keying the quarterback and the dive running back. That time well played by Allen.
So we've reached the 1-minute warning. That run by McCombs, stopped by Allen, brings us to the 1-minute warning with Iowa leading 21-14 in the United Bowl Championship.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Kids know who their heroes are. You can see it in the ways they play. From nationally recognized neonatal care to state-of-the-art pediatric neuro and heart surgery, Mercy Children's Hospital and Clinics are here for your family. We live up so your kids can grow up strong.
Barbecue, a time-honored tradition passed down through generations. For Big Al, barbecue is a way of life.
What are you looking at me for? That's Big Al.
I know what you're thinking. What's an Asian man cooking Southern-style barbecue on the south side of Des Moines, Iowa? Answer is crushing expectations.
We've got a mouth-watering menu of juicy Southern barbecue piled high and just waiting for our signature sauce. Or try our Big Al burger piled high with pork and brisket, voted best burger in Iowa.
Family-friendly barbecue cooked by an Asian man on the south side of Des Moines, Iowa. Come and get things you love.
Along with Ben Bruns, Larry Morgan, and our MC22 crew at the United Bowl with Iowa leading Sioux Falls 21-14, a minute to go in the first half. Lorenzo Brown Jr. leading the offense for Sioux Falls tonight. He's already won 6 United Bowls. In fact, was the most valuable player in the 2016 United Bowl. On 2nd down, the handoff goes to McCombs. Open field tackle by Jordan Wycliffe. Tried to get around the corner. Wycliffe makes a great stop.
Another absolutely big-time tackle in space. And, you know, a good play design. Interesting, we're to 3rd down already. Barnstormers had both sides of that option play covered. And a huge 3rd down coming up. This is the situation that Lorenzo Brown has hurt them in, throwing the football late.
Sioux Falls on the season, 46% on their 3rd down conversions. Barnstormers stopping teams at a rate of 45%. That's 4th in the league of 6. So basically, 3rd down has been a good down for Sioux Falls. A timeout taken by the Storm to stop the clock at 17 seconds.
Yeah, and smart. Run the clock down so that there's only really enough time for them to convert in the event that they are able to pick up a couple first downs. Barnstormers won't have much of an opportunity to get the ball back. So limiting and in fact equalizing Iowa's possession opportunity in the first half by getting an additional possession.
And we're talking about 2 of the premier quarterbacks in the IFL living up to billing tonight. Look how they've done against each other this year. Ironically, each has thrown for 5 touchdowns against the other and run for 5 touchdowns against the other. As you see, Pal has a better passing percentage and has carried the football a lot more in the 3 previous games than has Lorenzo Brown.
Yeah, that shows you the contrast in styles about how the 2 teams like to play offense, but fantastic work by both guys and a critical situation in this ball game.
17 seconds to go in the half. Iowa leading 21-14. Brown, 2 wide receivers to each side. Has time. Now protection breaks down. Forced out of the pocket. He's being pursued by Francois. Throws to the end zone, and the pass is loose, and it is ruled caught at the 3-yard line.
They said incomplete.
No,
they said he was juggling it, but
incomplete.
Pearson thought for sure it was his.
Yes,
and that took a bunch of time off the clock.
And he ran it to the end zone, and that took 7 seconds.
This play may be challenged. Oh, and we've got an injured player down, or 2. Right on the 15, 16-yard line.
And that was Lorenzo Brown, who got hit into the dasher board. Looked like he cracked his ribs when he got into the dasher board. So he is down. And an Iowa player, also Giovanni Francois, is down at that point of contact. So training staff's out for both squads with 7 seconds left to play in the first half. That was quite a scramble for that pass at the 3-yard line. Brown is up, and that's great news for Sioux Falls. Let's get another look at the play.
This will make Curtis Riggs' choice really easy to kick the football on this 4th down play, given the fact that his quarterback is coming off the field.
Lofton tried to step in and get the interception. Juggled it again. Pearson comes out with it and goes to the end zone, but to no avail, as the pass was juggled and ruled incomplete. So Brown is leaving the field, and as you say, Bergner, an outstanding kicker, inside the 30-yard line. He is 11 out of 12 on the season. He's hit 22 of 34 field goals, 65%, far and away the best in the IFL. And again, 28-yard field goal attempt here, right in his wheelhouse. He's only missed 1 from this distance all year. Dylan Trenner is his holder. That kick has plenty of distance. It's high enough, and it is good enough. The field goal from 28 yards. Good by Bergner with 4 seconds left to play in the first half. And that makes it a 21-17 game.
He is automatic.
He is, and had plenty of height and distance on that one. Could have been a lot farther back.
Well, and he's so skilled in the kickoff game, they're hard to field. This is a situation where Iowa has to maintain their composure, not lose focus at any moment, because he kicks that knuckleball down the middle of the field. Iowa has to field the thing, not worry about trying to hit a home run, just worry about getting on to halftime and playing defense to start the second half.
So the Barnstormers and the Storm putting on a classic thus far. It's a close game that everybody expected in this United Bowl championship game.
Both teams scoring on 3 of 4 of their possessions so far. The difference, a field goal for the Storm on the last series.
Both quarterbacks have been outstanding. Powell has passed for 94 yards and rushed for 40. Brown has passed for 75 yards and rushed for 27. Brown a passing touchdown and a throwing touchdown, and Powell 3 throwing touchdowns. So the 28-yard field goal by Bergner makes it a 4-point game, and the Barnstormers one more chance to get their hands on the football. Sheldon Augustine back to return, and all the kicks, as you say, have been on the ground for Sioux Falls. Augustine has averaged 16 yards per return in his 2 return efforts. This time it will come to him on one big bounce. Augustine at the 15 tries to spin away, gets away from the first tackler, but not from the second tackler, as he is fielded as he gets to the 18-yard line, and the first half comes to an end in the United Bowl. And it's been a well-played, exciting first half of action. At the end of the half, Iowa with the lead, and the commissioner for the IFL will be coming back to us in a moment. Earlier, B.J. Butler on the catch to get things started for the Barnstormers. Ryan Valentine scores on a 42-yard breakaway. Halftime at the United Bowl finds the Barnstormers on top of the Sioux Falls Storm, 21-17.
Barbecue, a time-honored tradition passed down through generations. For Big Al, barbecue is a way of life.
What are you looking at me for? That's Big Al.
I know what you're thinking. What's an Asian man cooking Southern-style barbecue on the south side of Des Moines, Iowa? Answer is crushing expectations.
We've got a mouth-watering menu of juicy Southern barbecue piled high and just waiting for our signature sauce. Or try our Big Al burger piled high with pork and brisket, voted best burger in Iowa.
Family-friendly barbecue cooked by an Asian man on the south side of Des Moines, Iowa. Come and get it.
American made, union made. When quality is critical, demand union skilled labor and American made products. At I Work and Play, we have you covered with a wide selection of union made, American made boots, clothing, duck canvas outerwear, and much more. In-house alterations and garment decoration services. No outsourcing. In-house specialty printing and large format laser engravings. I Work and Play, where quality, union-made, American-made matters. 8th Street in West Des Moines.
Great price, great selection, great experience. That's what people expect today. What isn't expected is how hard we work after the sale to keep your business. Hard work, honesty, integrity, discipline, trust, character. These core values are why we grow every year and why we continue to acquire more dealerships. Experience the Schottenkirk way of doing business and come visit our new Ford dealership in Indianola.
It's an instant world these days. People want everything right now.
One Instaplay ticket, please.
Case in point, Instaplay tickets. They're like scratch games you don't have to scratch, and some have progressive jackpots that keep growing too.
I won!
So you can experience immediate joy.
Very wise, grasshopper.
My name is Sam.
They're fun, they're fast, and they're available now.
Love.
It's halftime at the United Bowl. Iowa 21, Sioux Falls 17. We're joined by Mike Althouse, the commissioner of the IFL. And as the commissioner, I think you couldn't be more pleased than you are with this first half of play.
You know, it's been a great weekend so far, but first half of play has been really exciting. A little bit of everything. So looking forward to see who's going to pull it out in the second half.
So you operated this year as a 6-team league, and I'm sure what everybody wants to know is, will this be a 6-team league or a bigger league next year?
I think we're going to grow. You know, it's not always about quantity, it's about the quality of our partners. I'm really happy with the 6 teams that we have. It's been a very interesting year for us, a very interesting off season. Sometimes you got to get knocked down so you can learn how to pick yourself back up. So I feel that's where we're at as a league. Very confident in our core foundation of team members. I'm looking forward to grow our product in the future.
Now you take a look at these two franchises that reached the United Bowl, maybe examples of how to run an indoor football league franchise. What are they doing right?
They're model franchises. You know, every one of our team members should aspire to be like the Sioux Falls Storm, the Iowa Barnstormers. The Sioux Falls Storm are a beacon of consistency. It's just amazing to see what they've done both on and off the field, let alone the trophies and championships and great players and coaches that have come through that organization. But off the field, you see it's a full house every night, what they do in the community. It's just great things. The same thing with Iowa here. I know it was a rough stretch there, a long playoff drought and a long championship drought. 20 years since they hosted the game, but we're back here in Des Moines. And they're really, you know, Dixie Wooten and John Pettit and Jeff Lambardi, they've really changed the culture here in Iowa, and we're expecting great things for them in the future.
One of the things that seems to be changing in pro sports is the fact that next year at this time, gambling may be legal in a lot of places. I know that the Cedar Rapids ownership has ties to the gaming industry. Do you think that's going to be changing in the near future?
No, I think it's a great opportunity for all of professional sports, to be honest with you. You know, I think we're still a year or so away from some of the states that house our teams from actually legalizing it. I'm from live in New Jersey. It's already legalized there, but But I think eventually you'll see states like Iowa, Nebraska jump on board with it, and I think it's a great opportunity for our league.
Yeah, it's something that I know that you're going to be thinking a lot about in the near future and the not too distant future.
Oh yeah, we had a great league meeting yesterday morning with all the board of directors of our league, and that was one of the topics that we discussed, and some of the opportunities, some of the threats possibly with that. But again, we're looking forward to seeing how it adapts, how it goes through the legislation, and we'll be prepared as a league to adapt to it.
This year, the IFL had Coaches Challenge for the first time. How did you feel that went?
I think just like everything, when you're adding a brand new facet to our league, there's some growing pains that you go through, but overall, I think it's been a great addition to our league. It's not just because of the excitement and fans are all on their edge of their seats waiting to see what the call is going to be, but I think it's really helped with the integrity of the game. They get the calls right. At the end of the day, we want the calls right from an official standpoint. That's what our coaches want. That's what our players want. So giving our coaches the ability to challenge plays, I think has really been a good start for us.
Well, Commissioner, congratulations on the 2018 season. It has been terrific.
Thank you for having me. You guys do a great job.
We appreciate that. Mike Alshouse, the commissioner of the IFL, our halftime guest. Halftime at the United Bowl finds the Barnstormers on top by a score of 21-17. More at halftime right after this.
Hi, I'm Jeff with American Perfection Basement Waterproofing. We have some tips this spring to help you keep your basement dry. Make sure your gutters are clean of debris, make sure your downspouts are properly attached, and make sure your sump pump is working. And remember, don't wait for the rain to complain.
It's June, and that means Father's Day and fire. At Fireplace Superstore, we have great deals for you on fire pits and barbecues, like this Castel Sedona group, marked from $38.49 down to $34.99. Or this stylish Jensen Seville group, was $42.39, now $38.99. And this Weber Genesis 310 will amaze you with its cooking performance and durability at only $7.49. And those are just a small part of this, Central Iowa's largest selection of patio furniture and barbecue grills.
I'm an amateur cartoonist, and I've done that all my life. I've enjoyed doodling and that kind of thing. Well, my name is spelled with a C. For a logo, you can't do much with a C, but the German way of spelling my name is with a K. So anyway, in my doodling, I thought, if I turn that thing backwards and make it in cartoon style, paint it red, it'd make a nice logo. And I think it's one of the better things that I'd done early on.
Caro Chevrolet.
At Travis Audio Video, we don't just compete, we beat the competition every day.
With better service, with better products, with better prices, Travis Audio Video offers Iowa's best selection of LG's premium line of high-definition TVs.
Featuring LG OLED, the best television set ever built. It crushes traditional LED technology. Come to Travis Audio Video for AV furniture, loudspeakers, and components. Stop in today and discover why Travis Audio Video is your best choice.
And if those tips didn't help keep you dry, it's time to call the certified basementologist at American Perfection Basement Waterproofing. For over 60 years, we've been drying out Central Iowa by installing our very own patented basement waterproofing system in only one day. Call today to schedule your free estimate.
You love.
At halftime, Iowa leads Sioux Falls 21-17. When the Indoor Football League Players of the Year were announced, a clean sweep for the Barnstormers. Defensively, Defensive Player of the Year, Bryce Enyard. He led the league in interceptions with 8. He had 63 tackles, second on the team. Unfortunately, missing tonight's game after tearing his Achilles in the United Conference Championship win over Nebraska. The most valuable player on offense, and this was no surprise to anybody, Drew Powell. Number 1 in the league in total offense, number 1 in the league in rushing. He has rushed for 23 touchdowns, thrown for 34 touchdowns, and tonight has 3 touchdowns as well. And the Coach of the Year in the IFL for the second year in a row, Dixie Wooten, and he well deserved that honor. Since joining the Barnstormers, this team has won 25 games and lost 6. And remember, he took over a team that was 4-12 the year that he came to Des Moines. So congratulations to Dixie Wooten, to Bryce Enyard, and to Drew Powell as they sweep the big awards in the Indoor Football League. Ben and I come back to take a look at first half highlights right after these messages.
Hi, Ron Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
The Iowa Barnstormers would like to thank our 2018 training table sponsors, Montana Mike Steakhouse, Pita Pit, Tamiya & Sons, Wobbly Boots Roadhouse Barbecue, Iowa Beef Steakhouse, Arby's, Mama Lacona's Italian Restaurant, Fireside Grill, Chick-fil-A, Village Inn, Cozy Cafe in Johnston, McAllister's Deli, Fighting Burrito, and Domino's Pizza. If you want to be part of the training table, call the Barnstormer office today at 515-633-2255.
American made, union made. When quality is critical, demand union skilled labor and American made products. At I Work and Play, we have you covered with a wide selection of union made, American made boots, clothing, duck canvas outerwear, and much more. In-house alterations and garment decoration services. No outsourcing. In-house specialty printing and large format laser engravings. I Work and Play, where quality union made, American made matters. 8th Street in West Des Moines.
Barbecue, a time-honored tradition passed down through generations. For Big Al, barbecue is a way of life.
What are you looking at me for? That's Big Al. I know what you're thinking. What's an Asian man cooking Southern-style barbecue on the south side of Des Moines, Iowa? Answer is crushing expectations.
We've got a mouth-watering menu of juicy Southern barbecue piled high and just waiting for our signature sauce. Or try our Big Al burger piled high with pork and brisket, voted best burger in Iowa.
Family-friendly barbecue cooked by an Asian man on the south side of Des Moines, Iowa. Come and get it. It's an instant world these days. People want everything right now.
One Instaplay ticket, please.
Case in point, Instaplay tickets. They're like scratch games you don't have to scratch, and some have progressive jackpots that keep growing too.
I won!
So you can experience immediate joy.
Very wise, grasshopper.
My name is Sam.
They're fun, they're fast, and they're available now.
Way of the things you love.
Coverage of Iowa Barnstormers indoor football on MC22 is brought to you by the Iowa Lottery. Additional sponsors include Carl Chevrolet, Pfizer Lumber, Fireplace Superstore, Iowa Concrete Leveling, Main Street Bakery and Cafe, Mobility, and by Extreme.
Iowa scored first, have never trailed. They laid Sioux Falls 21-17 at halftime in the United Bowl. Larry Morgan and Ben Bruns with you. And Ben, as we took a look at the first half, played very evenly.
And exactly what we had imagined. The second half adjustments will be a big deal, but both these teams exchanging blows. One of the stats that we'll talk about, fourth down conversions, is a huge difference maker in this game, but there's also one interception, and the Barnstormers got it. So those close plays are being made by both teams.
That one turnover by Sioux Falls really didn't hurt them because Iowa unable to convert on the possession.
Yeah, and you know, back-to-back, both teams getting stops, and then Iowa able to come up with a big hit on Lorenzo Brown. We'll see how that plays out in the second half of this game. It may have a huge effect.
Absolutely, as he and Francois got into a collision against the dasher board. So basically, I know you watch the lines very closely. It looks like pretty even play by both offensive and defensive lines.
Yeah, I think so. You know, the pass rush for Iowa starting to get there a little bit, and that's been their MO all season long. Great defense in the back end, and as the second half goes along, I expect them to get a little bit of pressure in the pass rush. And the question will be, will Lorenzo Brown pick up first downs with his feet, or will they force him into positions where he has to throw it and maybe put it up for grabs?
Well, you mentioned Lorenzo Brown. He and Drew Powell, two all-star quarterbacks, and both have performed extremely well in this first half.
The two best in the league, and how fitting, right? They're showing down here, and they both have been really flawless, with the exception of the one interception, which was just an incredible play by Wycliffe.
Almost like an old Western gunfight. There's the young gunslinger in Drew Powell and the old veteran in Lorenzo Brown, and both putting on a great show.
Yeah, my dad told me all the time that age and treachery would always overcome youth and exuberance. So I think that was his only line. It was all he had. So
pretty good one, though.
Yeah, we'll see.
And there's some truth to that, too. Let's take a look at the first half highlights.
And the Barnstormers started it out. Drew Powell with a little trick play after not picking it up the first time that they saw the opportunity. They come back with B.J. Butler slipping out of the backfield for the touchdown. There's the interception that we talked about. Wycliffe taking it away from Harold, who's a fabulous wide receiver. And then this was a big play for Sioux Falls. You know, Lorenzo Brown has probably heard enough about Drew Powell running the football. An ISO play to the left side that time, 11 yards for a score. Barnstormers come right back. Big throw down the field. Valentine able to run right underneath it. Drew Powell putting it where no one else can get it except his guy. And then penalty aided this particular touchdown. 2 penalties on this drive in critical situations. Barnstormers thought they had a field goal try assured, but not so much. Ryan Valentine coming back this time with another great score on a tremendous throw.
Quick look at the first half numbers, and they will be pretty even.
They will, and you think about the turnovers are one of the key things, but the 4th down conversion tipping in the favor of Sioux Falls. Iowa able to bow up and stop a touchdown scoring possession and hold Sioux Falls to that field goal at the end of the first half.
And time of possession, always a big one for Dixie Wooten, basically less than a minute differential.
And I think that's a little bit of a surprise in this game. You know, this is the start of the second half will really matter. How will Sioux Falls come out and attack Iowa? How will it be different? How will Iowa respond to that? In this series, we'll bring you some more meat about this, but dominated by Sioux Falls in the 4th quarter.
Storm get the ball to start the second half of play. Halftime at the United Bowl. Iowa 21, Sioux Falls 17.
The Iowa Barnstormers would like to thank our 2018 training table sponsors, Montana Mike Steakhouse, Pita Pit, Tamia & Sons, Wobbly Boots Roadhouse Barbecue, Iowa Beef Steakhouse, Arby's, Mama Lacona's Italian Restaurant, Fireside Grill, Chick-fil-A, Village Inn, Cozy Cafe in Johnston, McAllister's Deli, Fighting Burrito, and Domino's Pizza. If you want to be part of the training table, call the Barnstormer office today at 515-633-2255.
It's an instant world these days. People want everything right now.
One Instaplay ticket, please.
Case in point, Instaplay tickets. They're like scratch games you don't have to scratch, and some have progressive jackpots that keep growing too.
I won!
So you can experience immediate joy.
Very wise, grasshopper.
My name is Sam.
They're fun, they're fast, and they're available now.
Woohoo!
American made, union made. When quality is critical, demand union skilled labor and American made products. At I Work and Play, we have you covered with a wide selection of union made, American made boots, clothing, duck canvas outerwear, and much more. In-house alterations and garment decoration services. No outsourcing. In-house specialty printing and large format laser engravings. I Work and Play, where quality union made, American made matters. 8th Street in West Des Moines.
Beiser Lumber is the building materials supplier the best craftsmen have used for over 60 years. With superior products like Geldwin windows and doors, it's easy to understand why. Only Geldwin makes wood windows and patio doors with solid or elast wood, the wood that stops the rot. Beiser Lumber can help contractors with Geldwin products, or we're happy to assist homeowners directly with their projects. From professionally designed floor plans to our millwork shop and much more, Beiser Lumber is committed to helping you complete your building plans.
Way of the things you love.
Iowa 21 and Sioux Falls 17 as we start the 3rd quarter of the United Bowl. Sioux Falls has played in 8 of the previous 9 games. Let's take a look at the impact players of the first half.
Well, we talked about them. These guys really impressive. Lorenzo Brown, only one touchdown accounted for there, but he's been doing lots and lots of good stuff. Injured, we'll see how he does. He looks a little tender warming up in the second half, but Drew Powell, a fabulous game. Both those guys have played really, really, really well so far.
Sioux Falls making their 9th consecutive appearance in the United Bowl, and again, they have won 6 of these, 6-2. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, Ben.
Well, we talked about Sioux Falls and how good they've got to be at slowing Iowa down on first down in the run game. They've done it at times, and at other times, Iowa's been able to convert. And then attention to detail, for the most part, good. I think you'll see that attention to detail ratchet up even as the second half goes on. For Iowa, you know, it starts with containing Brown whenever he scrambles around, and they've done a good job at that in the game. That means discipline, but first you got to get a pass rush, so I think that'll be critical as the game goes on. And then the kicking game, really flawless by Josh Gable so far in this game, matching the tremendous play by Bergner on the other side.
So Iowa won Sioux Falls won the toss. They deferred, and so they get the football back to begin the third quarter of play. Huge crowd on hand tonight to witness the United Bowl. Des Moines has really turned out well to honor the Barnstormers who've had this terrific year. Both teams 11-3 in the regular season. Barnstormers have won 8 of their last 9 games. The Storm have won 6 in a row. Their last 2 wins coming in overtime, including the intense conference championship game with a bested Arizona 69-68. In that game, Sioux Falls tied the game on a 30-yard field goal by Bergner, and then blocked a point after in the overtime and scored on the first play of overtime on a Brown to Ford pass, and a PAT by Bergner gave them the 1-point victory. So that's how they got here. The Barnstormers had no trouble winning over Nebraska 48-17. Damon Powell to return for the Storm. To the 10, 15, 20, breaks the tackle and gets across midfield to the 20-yard line. A terrific return by the former Hawkeye Damon Powell to get things started for Sioux Falls.
Yeah, really good speed. You can see it there. We may have a holding penalty. There's a flag down at the 20. So
that long run may come back. Jim Schaefer, our official tonight. He's the referee.
Holding. 13 on the return team.
Trey Wofford caught on the hold. So that will nullify the long return by Damon Powell. And the ball will be brought back to the 10-yard line. And that's where Curtis Riggs and his team will start the second half of play.
And there you can see Wofford at the top of your screen, just engaging for a little too long. I think Powell still has a great return if Wofford doesn't hold that block quite as long. But Trey Wofford, an experienced guy, just a little too zealous on that one.
Judd Harold, an outstanding receiver who has thrown to just once in the first half, comes wide left. This time the pass goes to the other side and it's complete to the 15-yard line to Damian Ford. Tackled by Rocky Hayes. Hayes having a big game tonight. He filling in for the injured Bryce Enyart. Again out to the 16-yard line, up 6, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Hayes been particularly good at getting off blocks on the outside or fighting off blocks when Sioux Falls runs the wide receiver screen his way.
Hayes, who had 3 interceptions in the United Conference Championship game, 1 return for a touchdown. Brown keeps the hole, opens up for him across the 25-yard line. Tackled by Jeremy Gloston as he hits midfield. That was just a wide open split up the middle for Brown.
Yeah, it sure was. And, you know, they'd done a good job. That time Iowa with Zachary Allen going backside to take the pitch man. And both the defensive end and Zach Allen went to the weak side of the play. A little miscommunication between those guys.
First down at the Barnstormer 24. Brown looks middle of the field and completes the pass to Judd Harold, and he is down to the 10-yard line and has a first down for Sioux Falls as they move the ball very effectively on their opening series of the second half.
Yeah, this is kind of like Novocaine right now. Just doing what they want, slowly working their way down the field, but never any stress at all in terms of down and distance.
2 first-team All-IFL selections on the offensive line for Sioux Falls. They've done their job tonight. To the 8-yard line. On the running play goes Lyle McCombs.
Better job by the Barnstormers that time getting off blocks. Keith Jones Jr., we have not mentioned his name much. Bennett, haven't talked about him much either, but that time Allen cleans him, but it's because the defensive line never allowed leverage to the offensive line, and we're able to turn him back to the inside.
2nd and goal at the 8-yard line. Just underway, 3rd quarter. Sioux Falls trying to take their first lead of the night. McCombs, the running back, lines up to the right of Brown. Fake pitch to him. Brown shuffles his feet, throws. The pass is batted into the crowd by Pearson. Tyrell Pearson breaks up the play on the pass intended for Damon Powell.
Barnstormers bowing up down in the end zone. And we got one more down to defend for sure. They can keep Sioux Falls out of the end zone here. It's massive.
So it is a 3rd and goal call at the 8-yard line. All the receivers are to the right. McCombs remains in the backfield. Brown fires, and the pass is picked off, but a penalty marker's down. Hayes has the interception. Hayes returns it to the 25-yard line, but a penalty marker thrown back in the end zone.
I think it's going to be holding on the Iowa defense.
Barnstormers defense momentarily celebrates, but it all may be premature.
And on another 3rd down situation where they make a play, will a penalty?
Illegal contact. Number 4 on the defense. Half the distance foul.
Well, you're right. 2nd time in the game, and you know you talk about things like that decide championship games, and that's the 2nd time that in the red zone the Barnstormers penalty has given a new series to Sioux Falls.
And both those times Rocky Hayes, the guy, called for it. So you think about the loss of Bryce Enyard in this game and what Rocky Hayes has been asked to step in and do. And they're timing issues, Larry. They're not issues of position. It's just he hasn't been quite patient enough.
Brown wants to run on 1st down, gets down to the 3-yard line. But back to about the line of scrimmage on the running play by Lorenzo Brown. There'll be 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line. Sioux Falls, again, has not led in this game after Iowa scored first. But Sioux Falls now trying to take the lead for the first time early in the 3rd quarter. Brown hands it off to Powell. Powell tackled at the 1-yard line by Jordan Wycliffe. Wycliffe with a terrific open field tackle.
Man, what a play by Wycliffe. Coming all the way across the formation and making this tackle from the inside out. That's big time.
And it is 3rd down and goal to go at the 1-yard line.
Can the Barnstormers somehow blow up, get a turnover? You know, this is the sort of situation where a fumble can sometimes take place on a center quarterback exchange. These guys are really good, but if you're going to try and sneak it, the hardest thing is the exchange.
Claude Davis is in to block. Brown trying to fight his way into the end zone himself, and he is there for this touchdown, and Sioux Falls takes their first lead in the game at 23-21 for the 2nd touchdown run of the night by Lorenzo Brown.
And set up by the illegal contact call by the Barnstormers on a 3rd down where they got an interception. And a couple unforced errors by the Barnstormers that have really changed the complexion of this game. They'd be in a commanding position had it not been for that. But you live to play on, right?
Absolutely, and still plenty of time left in this one. Miles Bergner, who's the league's best kicker, named the Special Teams Player of the Year, puts the point after through to give the Storm their first lead of the game. So in the United Bowl, 8:47 to go in the third, and Sioux Falls on top for the first time, 24-21.
Hi, I'm Jeff with American Perfection Basement Waterproofing. We have some tips this spring to help you keep your basement dry. Make sure your gutters are clean of debris, make sure your downspouts are properly attached, and make sure your sump pump is working. And remember, don't wait for the rain to complain.
As we celebrate our history, we look forward to the future.
A future that includes the best of the past.
A future that includes the best of the new.
A future that includes supporting our communities.
And of course, a future that still includes serving our famous pizza.
This month, get our new Ultimate Pepperoni Pizza for only $9.99 and sign up for a chance to win $50,000 in our 50th anniversary sweepstakes.
Casey's, famous for pizza.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. We're innovators, planners, and designers, and we're more than ready to help. To request a consultation, visit fastsigns.com.
When you want Iowa beef, brews, and wine, you want the Iowa Beef Steakhouse. Pick your favorite cut of meat and cook it to perfection. All dinners come with a baked potato and our famous salad bar. Or try our new lunch menu, the Iowa Beef Steakhouse, since 1982.
And if those tips didn't help keep you dry, it's time to call the certified basementologist at American Perfection Basement Waterproofing. For over 60 years, we've been drying out Central Iowa by installing our very own patented basement waterproofing system in only one day. Call today to schedule your free estimate.
Sioux Falls has scored the last 10 points in the game to take a 24-21 lead with 8 minutes and 47 seconds left to play in the third quarter. So this becomes an important momentum drive for the Barnstormers. Augustine feels that very tricky kickoff is not going to get very far. Gets out to the 4-yard line and a nice open field tackle. Turned in by the Storm to give Iowa the ball deep in their own territory. That time it was Marion Moore, the first-year player of Northern Illinois, who made an outstanding open field tackle on the kickoff return squad. 24-21. Sioux Falls leads as Iowa takes possession midway through the third quarter.
Bergner just so difficult to field.
Brady Rowland, who's not yet caught a pass, comes wide to the left side, make it the right side. Valentine and Tyler also on that side, and the pass is complete and dropped. Valentine had it and dropped it, and that's a very rare occurrence for the veteran Ryan Valentine, who's already hauled in a pair of touchdowns tonight.
You know, in any sporting event, you got to make sure to not allow one particular thing of any kind to become 2 or 3. Right now it's become 2. You know, the mistake defensively, a little bit of a lull, Barnstormers not executing on that catch, but you can't let that thing be the thing that stops you on second down.
And one of the old coach's cliches is that, you know, the team that makes the fewest mistakes is the team that's going to win. So far, the Storm with fewer mistakes.
Yeah, and I think Iowa showing all the firepower and all the capability defensively they need. You know, a key pass breakup and an interception, both called back because they didn't execute.
Powell wants to carry, doesn't get very far. Maybe got a yard on the play, and that's it.
Barnstormers in the doldrums right now. They've got to get this play converted, pick up something positive. Sioux Falls smells blood.
Desmond Reed, Chad Statero in on the stop. And it brings up a 3rd down and 9 call for the Barnstormers on their first possession of the second half. Yeah, you can feel the momentum has shifted. The Barnstormers really need this series to regain it.
And you've got to make your own, right? You've got to make your own momentum in situations like this. It's just one play, right? Go out and do your job, execute, and Drew Powell will get the ball to you.
Penalty markers thrown early, pass complete. Brady Rowland, 25, 20, 15, tackled at the 14-yard line. A penalty marker thrown back upfield. And the Barnstormers start to stroll back that direction. That would be a 30-yard completion, but let's get the penalty call.
Illegal defense, number 34.
Illegal defense against the Storms. Kawani Bell. The 30-yard gain stands. Huge play on 3rd and 9.
Yeah, big time play. Talk about making your own momentum. Brady Rowland, the guy really mentally tough and running a good route that time. Drew Powell connecting with him for the first time in this game. That is a huge conversion and a nice job up front by the Barnstormers offensive line, allowing him the time. Claude Davis's helmet came off during that play. He had some words after with the Barnstormers, but you know, executing. That's what you got to do.
Mark that play down. That could be huge in this game. Powell tripped up in the backfield, gets up to the line of scrimmage. And there is Claude Davis into the backfield to make the tackle.
Yeah, having a battle tonight. Really impressed. Barnstormer O-line just holding up at every turn. Brandon Haskin and he battling most of the night. That time, Claude Davis not buying the upfield, the pass look, right? That was that same draw that the Barnstormers ran early. Claude Davis gives an upfield move to Haskin, disengages, settles back inside, and forces Drew Powell to have to try and cut.
Complete to Valentine. Valentine makes the catch at the 7-yard line.
Oh, that's a huge
penalty marker throw, and it is huge. Jabari Gorman, one of the veterans in the league, may be flagged on this one.
And that was absolutely unnecessary. He had him tackled against the boards.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 13, half the distance foul. First and goal.
B.J. Butler comes into the game. Iowa going to take the running back, Jamal Tyler, out of the game.
And it was Trey Wofford who got the penalty. Both he and Gorman were there. It was Wofford who got the penalty, the personal foul. Hugely significant. The Barnstormers with a 3rd and 9 deep in their own territory. The 30-yard completion to get them off the hook. And now a first down and goal in the red zone at the 3-yard line. Barnstormers show an I formation, break out of the formation. Powell runs to his right and runs to the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa.
Well, they have done a lot of work behind Ken Van Huel tonight, and he's still sitting on the ground. I think satisfied with the results of that play. Whenever you take a defensive tackle into the end zone like the Barnstormers just did, that's exactly where you need to be. Drew Powell, physical run, much more downhill. You know, that 4th down situation that Iowa didn't convert on, Drew Powell never got ahead of steam. That time, the offensive line got enough of a push up front, and then Powell able to use his physical characteristics and just drive into the end zone.
Powell with his 28th touchdown, his 4th in the playoffs. The point after attempt by Gable is good, and so with 3:57 left to play in the 3rd quarter, the Barnstormers regain the lead in the United Bowl. Iowa 28, Sioux Falls 24.
It's June, and that means Father's Day and fire. At Fireplace Superstore, we have great deals for you on fire pits and barbecues, like this Castel Sedona group, marked from $38.49 down to $34.99. Or this stylish Jensen Seville group, was $42.39, now $38.99. And this Weber Genesis 310 will amaze you with its cooking performance and durability at only $7.49. And those are just a small part of this, Central Iowa's largest selection of patio furniture and barbecue grills.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Did you know a smile can actually reduce stress? Or that the act of giving scientifically alters your mood? In fact, it's little things like these that lead to our world-class outcomes. And it's good to know others are noticing. We're proud to announce that U.S. News & World Report has recognized us for high performance in 7 types of care. Get more out of your healthcare at mercydesmoines.org.
Things you love.
Iowa takes the lead at 28-24, but a flag was thrown on the point after attempt. Jim Schaefer waiting for the music to stop, turning on his mic. What's the call?
After the extra
Referee Schaefer.
After the extra point, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 77, Iowa. That penalty will be placed in the bank. That is his first unsportsmanlike conduct.
Ken Van Huel with the penalty. We won't be able to show you exactly why. Do you want to come up with a politically correct way to describe it, Ben?
Yeah, he was flying double birds, everybody.
Okay, that'll do.
Yeah, that'll suffice. That was not his best play.
No.
And Dixie Wooten just tearing him up right now.
Oh, you can't make those kind of decisions and plays in championship games. Foul on the return, and it's a big one across the 20-yard line. Giovanni Francois stops him at the 22.
Another hold now, this one at the 11, actually the 10-yard line. So going to be good field position for the Barnstormers, except for the penalty that's in the bank that's about to come out and bring this thing to the 20-yard line.
So the officials will discuss where exactly to mark the football. Joe Schultz, the umpire there, along with Jim Schaefer, the referee. Rod Fields, the head linesman tonight. Josh Blevins of the Iowa crew is the line judge, and the back judge Brad Bunting from the Cedar Rapids crew, and all highly rated by the coaches and the officials in the league.
Holding 24 on the return team. That penalty will be half the distance. After the play, we will enforce the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, 15 yards against Iowa.
So Marlon Moore commits the hold for the Storm, and that would be good news for the Barnstormers were it not for the personal foul called against Ken Van Huel. And again, it was a situation, there was nothing physical there, it was just an emotional thing that Van Huel did, but it could be costly.
It's all the little things, right? Lorenzo Brown looks like he's got some pep back in his step running out onto the field. So thought maybe he had bruised some ribs, or I'm sure he'll be sore after that collision along the boards, but he's looking solid.
11 of 16 passing, 95 yards and a touchdown. He wants to throw deep for the first time tonight, and the pass is incomplete with Tyrell Pearson of the Barnstormers closer than the intended receiver. First time that Brown has gone long tonight.
A little misread between those two guys.
The intended receiver on the play was Damian Ford.
Great coverage.
And so it brings up a second down and 10 as we go inside 3 minutes in the third quarter at the United Bowl. Iowa, the first team other than Sioux Falls to host the United Bowl game since 2010. The pitch comes to McCombs. Sweeps the far sideline, gets out to the 23-yard line where Gloston and Allen push him out of bounds.
Keith Jones Jr. Really being held in a good no call, but kind of dragged to the ground. But he was in position to slow this play down. He's the defensive end on the left-hand side of the formation, and he strung that play out, allowed everybody else to have time to get up and make one.
Play gains a yard, and it is third down and 9 yards to go. It's an empty backfield for Lorenzo Brown. Blitz is on. He's in trouble. He throws. And it's a great catch to the 25-yard line. A leaping grab by Damon Powell. Wow. But short of a first down. And it brings up fourth down.
Wycliffe comes up kind of slow after that one, but Iowa brought the blitz. They got there. But we talk about Brown and how good he is at moving around in the pocket, extending plays, calm, and he just flicks that thing out. He couldn't step into it at all. That's a heck of a play. Big fourth down here.
And the Storm will go for it. Fourth down. 5 yards to go at the 24-yard line of Iowa. McCombs wide to the right. Powell wide to the left. Smith starts out of the backfield. Pass complete for a first down to the 10-yard line. Hauled in by number 1, Damian Ford. And Ford has been the most active receiver tonight for the Storm. That is his 8th catch of the night.
Yeah, wide open. You know, that time starts with a deep route, cuts it back inside, and able to find a spot in between the layers of the Barnstormer defense and elude a pass breakup attempt by Gloston.
That 8th catch by Damian Ford, that ties the United Bowl record. Penalty mark down, fake to McCombs. Brown's keep. Brown to the end zone, but a flag is down. Penalty marker down. And it's an illegal defense against the Barnstormers. So the penalty is declined, the touchdown stands, and it looked like the Barnstormers, after they saw the flag, kind of gave up on the play.
Yeah, did not continue. And really just bought the fake super hard. You know, that time well blocked by everybody. And Lorenzo Brown into the end zone. A nice nifty little move off the boards. And he's been big time in this game.
Brown's 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. Point after by Bergner, and he is Mr. Automatic, and he is there as well. And with 13 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, the Storm come back quickly on the Barnstormers to score and take a 31-28 lead. And Lorenzo Brown, who has so much respect in this league and has been around so long and has won 6 United Bowls, and you see Dixie Wooten right now pretty upset with Jeremy Gloston and his defense.
Yeah, you know, surprised that Ford could get that wide open. Obviously, Gloston not in the right place on that one in a critical situation. You know, those moments, right? Fourth down a couple times. Really, all 3 fourth downs in this game, Sioux Falls has won. 2 on offense and 1 on defense. And those are the moments that will dictate the outcome. Barnstormers got to start making a couple plays defensively.
Those are the moments that win championship games, and certainly the Storm well familiar with championship games. They've won 6 of the United Bowls of the 9 that have been played. They've been in the United Bowl 9 years in a row. They've taken a 31-28 lead on Brown's 3rd touchdown run of the game. As we mentioned earlier, his first touchdown tonight made him the all-time rushing touchdown leader in the IFL. He now has 100 rushing touchdowns in his outstanding career. Note the way the ball is teed up. It's flat on the kicking tee, not pointed upward, so that it's a low line drive kick. Augustine does a nice job advancing on it and carrying it across the 20-yard line. Did a great job of anticipating, knowing that the kicks have been low. He caught that one with a running start and brought it all the way to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, he was charging it like a baseball player and sure-handed fielding that thing. And you'd think that because he catches it so quickly, he's going to have an opportunity to maybe break a big return, but Sioux Falls in all the right places defensively, just not allowing a crease. And He's getting to it so fast that he's barely fielded it and doesn't have much chance to set up a return in terms of trying to pick his way.
Kwame Bell made the tackle on him. Kwame Bell, who played at Cedar Rapids earlier this year and then was traded to Sioux Falls. And that's the end of the third quarter. So the United Bowl, 3 quarters old, and it's a 3-point game at the end of 3. Sioux Falls leads Iowa 31-28.
Beiser Lumber is the building materials supplier the best craftsmen have used for over 60 years. With superior products like Geldwin windows and doors, it's easy to understand why. Only Geldwin makes wood windows and patio doors with solid or elast wood, the wood that stops the rot. Beiser Lumber can help contractors with Geldwin products, or we're happy to assist homeowners directly with their projects. From professionally designed floor plans to our millwork shop and much more, Beiser Lumber is committed to helping you complete your building plans.
The Iowa Barnstormers would like to thank our 2018 training table sponsors, Montana Mike Steakhouse, Pita Pit, Tamiya & Sons, Wobbly Boots Roadhouse Barbecue, Iowa Beef Steakhouse, Arby's, Mama Lacona's Italian Restaurant, Fireside Grill, Chick-fil-A, Village Inn, Cozy Cafe in Johnston, McAllister's Deli, Fighting Burrito, and Domino's Pizza. If you want to be part of the training table, call the Barnstormer office today at 515-633-2255.
Great price, great selection, great experience. That's what people expect today. What isn't expected is how hard we work after the sale to keep your business. Hard work, honesty, integrity, discipline, trust, character. These core values are why we grow every year and why we continue to acquire more dealerships. Experience the Schottenkirk way of doing business and come visit our new Ford dealership in Indianola.
A way of the things you love.
Time for the fourth quarter of the United Bowl. Sioux Falls leading Iowa 31-28. In the third quarter, Sioux Falls had the possession twice as long as Iowa, 10 minutes to 5 minutes.
You know, great adjustments and picking up, converting critical downs. That's exactly what happened.
First down for Iowa as the fourth quarter begins. Powell throws on the run. Rowland is there, but the pass is too tall for him. Brady Rowland was wide open. It stuck beyond the defense. And had the pass been lower, the Barnstormers would have had 6, but there was no way that Rowland could have caught that without being another foot taller.
Yeah, a good scramble play by Powell, and you know, just to even get this thing out is impressive. But we talked earlier about that play with Valentine where you make sure you don't overthrow it. Well, here's a case where he's trying to throw back across his body. He knows he's about to take a hit, and you have a lot less control and the opportunity to flutter that thing up and let Brady Rowland go underneath it.
Drew Powell, his father and sisters have come here from Virginia to watch him play. Dixie Wooten has his mom and his brothers in the crowd tonight. A lot of the players have their families coming in from long distances. Powell back to throw. Scrambles. Throws on the run. Again looking for Rowland. And the pass is again overthrown. Wofford covering defensively for the Storm. And so twice now the Barnstormers have gone long, and the game plan for the most part shorter things. And we have a penalty marker down, I believe. No. Here we go.
Sideline warning, Iowa head coach. Now within arm's length of the wall. That is his first sideline warning.
Just a warning that time. Dixie Wooten got a little too far out onto the field, so no penalty, just the sideline warning. So the Barnstormers now a 3rd and 10. Rowland and Wofford, that was a real good matchup that time between two all-league performers. Brady Rowland, by the way, 4th year in the league and all-league every year, and first team 3 of those 4 years.
Yeah, truly one of the best, an elite guy in this league, and a really sure-handed player, admonishing the official for not giving him the opportunity on that one.
Pass complete to Valentine. Valentine to the 15-yard line. First down, Barnstormers. Ryan Valentine.
This Iowa team showing a lot of grit and, making plays when the opportunity really demands that they make the play. Third down situation, 3rd and 10, and an easy conversion, perhaps even more. Valentine, a wide open, great execution by Powell.
Valentine with his 4th catch, 2 of them for touchdowns. Iowa 5 of 6 on 3rd down conversions. Running play, Jamal Tyler. He carries down to the 9-yard line. Gain of 6 on 1st down.
And this is what Dixie Wooten wants to do. When you get into the 4th quarter, 3rd quarter was sort of a 2-possession quarter for the Storm. Barnstormers get it. They want to grind this quarter out. They want to only allow Sioux Falls 1 possession in this quarter, if at all possible. And you think about the 4th quarter between these 2 teams, Larry, this year, Sioux Falls has outscored Iowa 52-25.
Football fumbled and then thrown away. Well, the Barnstormers got away with one that time, and Drew Powell right now in the face of referee Jim Schaefer. And at this point, the Barnstormers need to regain some composure. Pitch was to Augustine, and Augustine throws it away. And let's see the call.
Going to be intentional grounding, I'm sure. I mean, the ball didn't get past the line of scrimmage.
Right, I'm thinking the same thing.
High snap caused Drew Powell to be just a little bit delayed in the jet sweep action in the handoff. Clearly outside the pocket, though. I mean, it's a different guy possessing it than the quarterback.
And Augustine's first reaction, let's just get the ball out of play.
Intentional grounding. Iowa number 5. The quarterback originally possessed the ball. He fumbled it. Number 5 picked it up. By rule, number 5 does not have the ability to legally ground the ball while out of the pocket. Spot foul. 3rd down.
So a crucial Iowa penalty, and how many times have we said that tonight?
Yes. By rule, number 5 does not have the ability to throw the football if out of the pocket.
Yeah, I know. Interesting. And Dixie Wooten wants a complete explanation from Jim Schaefer. And he's not happy with it. Not happy at all with it.
Well, Dixie Wooten knows he's got to move on, so you'll notice that he didn't spend a lot of time talking to Jim Schaefer about that. He moved back onto his team, figuring out what his guys needed to do to convert this 3rd and very long situation.
So it becomes 3rd down, 15 yards to go. The line of scrimmage to 20.
If the Barnstormers pick this up.
Yes, they will. On 3rd downs, we mentioned the Barnstormers 5 out of 6, but this is their longest 3rd down conversion attempt of the game. Powell forced out of the pocket, throws on the run. Rowland makes the catch at the 10, at the 5. 1st down, Barnstormers. Brady Rowland got it to the 3-yard line, and the Barnstormers do convert.
Man, how about that? And Drew Powell with an unbelievable play. Getting the ball to Brady Rowland in a scramble drill. Rowland finding an open area in the field and getting to, and he gets hit late, hard. I don't understand why there's not a penalty on that play, but
Rowland's 2nd catch of the night, maybe his biggest catch of the season.
And he's had 2 huge conversions on 3rd down in this game.
Drew Powell has thrown to 6 different receivers. B.J. Butler hit back in at fullback to block. Powell tried the right side and is going to be wrapped up and dropped at the 4-yard line.
A couple yards in the goal line is a good play.
And again, a chance to wind down some time on the clock.
Barnstormers just have to find a way to get in the end zone on this series. Cannot afford having to settle for a field goal attempt, and probably won't, frankly.
All-League defensive back Jabari Gorman on the tackle. Second and goal at the 4. Then Huell, Jackson Clemens, and Haskin on the forward wall for the Barnstormers, and a timeout's going to be taken. Crucial call, timeout Barnstormers with 9:23 to play. And Iowa down by 3. We're going to take a break. 9:23 to go in the fourth. It's Sioux Falls 31, Iowa 28. Barnstormers with a crucial second down call when we return.
As we celebrate our history, we look forward to the future.
A future that includes the best of the past.
A future that includes the best of the new.
A future that includes supporting our communities.
And of course, a future that still includes serving our famous pizza.
This month, get our new Ultimate Pepperoni Pizza for only $9.99 and sign up for a chance to win $50,000 in our 50th anniversary sweepstakes.
Casey's, famous for pizza.
DZ has been a staple brand in the truck accessory market since 1977. Over the last 40 years, DZ has consistently delivered top-quality products, establishing themselves as a name brand you can trust. Whether you're in the market for a new toolbox, running boards, transfer tank, or bed mats, DZ has you covered. Go to DZ.com to start customizing the look of your truck. That's DEEZEE.com.
Second and goal, Barnstormers, trailing Sioux Falls 31-28. Dixie Wooten has spent a lot of time in the past 2 weeks preparing for red zone situations, has 9 different formations he's called upon. This is one we've not seen all year, the I formation. Now, usually they split out of the I prior to the snap, and that's what they're going to do here. And the pitch is fake to Augustine. Powell throws against the grain. Ballantyne makes the catch. Touchdown, Iowa.
That is a well-designed football play, and Dixie Wooten has gone to trick number 2 to score in the red zone. A non-traditional look against Sioux Falls, and really this is great coaching, Larry. I mean, everybody faked, think that the pitch is finally coming out. It's set up by the fact that they haven't run out of that formation, with the exception of Powell, all night long. Look, shows the pitch and then comes around and comes right back to him. Awesome.
Gabe Bull's point after attempt is up, and it is good. 8:29 to play in the game. Iowa takes the lead back at 35-31.
Van Huell, I think, is going to be ejected. He just ended up on top of a defensive lineman, and if the foul's not against the D lineman, this could be over.
And Van Huell has already been called for 1 personal foul.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 56. Sioux Falls, that penalty would be placed in the bank. The try is good.
That is huge for Iowa. You know, Van Huell looked to me like he retaliated at the end of that play. He got dragged down by the face mask, I think, by the defensive lineman, trying to incite him into misbehaving again. And emotions running hot in this one, Larry.
They are, because it's a championship game. Ballantyne with his 3rd touchdown grab of the game.
Monster game for a veteran in this league. One of the true great players in the history of all the IFL. And one of the few really true seasoned vets on this Barnstormer squad. It's a relatively young group of guys in comparison to Sioux Falls. And Ryan Ballantyne having a monster day today.
Ballantyne got the touchdown, but Brady Rowland, some key catches on this drive.
Yes, the 3rd down conversions by Rowland in this game have been huge, and none bigger maybe than this one. Barnstormers down, and Rowland across the middle after Drew Powell had to scramble out of the pocket big time.
The crowd very much alive as the Barnstormers have taken the lead at 35-31 with 8:29 to go in the United Bowl. Iowa hosting a championship game in indoor football for the first time since 1996 when they were defeated by a team nicknamed the Storm, Tampa Bay 42-38. Damon Powell on the return. Gets away from the first tackle of Jamal Tyler and is pushed out of bounds as he gets to the 21-yard line.
Boy, he's got good speed, you know. He just made a fabulous move. Jamal Tyler had him kind of dead to rights, had him inside and in front. When you coach kick coverage, you want to make sure you maintain inside leverage, and Tyler had it for a second and lost it in a heartbeat when Powell put the Jets on.
Against Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls called for a personal foul.
Yeah, this was the bank play from the penalty. So half the distance to negate. And isn't interesting now? You know, the extracurricular activity. Both those same guys involved on both plays have really offset in this game.
Charles Williams, by the way, was the man guilty for Sioux Falls. And earlier we saw the official explaining to Curtis Riggs exactly what had happened, how Van Huel got pulled down, and that's why Williams got the personal foul. So from the 10-yard line, Lorenzo Brown fires deep, and the pass is batted down. Powell, the intended receiver. He's looking for a flag. There was none to be found. Hayes and Pearson were back defending for the Barnstormers.
Hayes really out-muscling Powell for position that time and almost picked off.
And Hayes, who intercepted 3 passes in the conference championship game, almost had one there. And yet another flag thrown. Curtis Riggs is out on the field talking to the officials. Not a very happy man right now. Curtis Riggs, what a great coaching career he's had. 121-23, his regular season IFL record. He's 19-2 in playoffs in a 16-year stint at Sioux Falls, both in the National Indoor Football League and the IFL.
So Curtis Riggs, I think, has thrown the red flag to challenge the play.
Sioux Falls coach is challenging that there was defensive pass interference on the last play. The play is under further review.
And so the officiating crew will come over to look at the replay. The 4 cameras shot by our MC22 crew. And the officials will tell you, and this is not being prejudiced on our part, the looks they get from the MC22 crew here are the best in the league. A lot of teams just have that without having any coverage. They just have 2 cameras that are installed, but here we have 4 because of live television. And then you're getting a look at what the officials are getting a look at. And that would be something we can't show you yet on TV, but that would be what the officials are getting a look at. Do you see anything there?
Well, to me, I tried to figure out why Powell went down. I couldn't figure it out live. It looked like their legs got tangled. And if that's the case, and it's not a push of any kind by the DB, and by both of the looks that we've seen here, I've got the opportunity to watch this in our ISO monitor, exactly what the officials are watching. It looks to me like their legs got tangled up, and the call is going to stand. There was 2 officials in relatively good position to rule on this thing.
Now, in addition to checking our 4 cameras, the iPads recorded separately that both coaches have. They're going to check those as well. But from what I saw, which is what you saw,
after review, there is no foul for defensive pass.
And that's what the officials saw as well. You might have seen if there had been a push, something with the hands, and Hayes' hands were totally clear of the receiver.
Yeah, he was in running stride with the receiver until time came to come up and try and catch the pass, at which point you could see his hands. And the Barnstormers will fight on in a 2nd and 10 situation.
Damian Ford comes wide to the near side. Harold and Powell go wide to the far side. McCombs is in the backfield. Next to Lorenzo Brown. Martin, Buckley, and Hickman up front for Sioux Falls. Quick hitter, scooped in at the 13-yard line. Quick hitter to Powell, and he is stopped immediately by Rocky Hayes. That a United Bowl record 9th catch by Dave, but make it that one by Powell. That's his 4th, I should say. Damian Ford with the record so far, tying the record with 8 receptions. So that was Powell on that reception. So it brings up a 3rd down.
Barnstormers may be blitzing here. Nobody in the backfield. Now they're going to play coverage.
Brown runs out of the pocket, has the first down to the 25-yard line. Jordan Wycliffe throws his shoulder into him and brings him down at the Iowa 23-yard line. So it's a big gain on a scramble by Lorenzo Brown.
This is exactly the play that we were talking about at the open of the show. 14 yards on 3rd and 7 in a critical situation, and it's because the Barnstormers decided to play coverage that time. Lorenzo Brown patient enough, and then realizing that he can just go out and get the first down himself. Great protection.
And so a fresh series at the 23-yard line of Iowa for the Storm, who trail by 4. Fake to McCombs, keep by Brown to the 15-yard line, and he's tackled as he reaches the 10-yard line. Tyrell Pearson got him around the ankles and brought him down, but not before Lorenzo Brown with another big gain. That a 13-yard gain to the 10-yard line.
This is the play that I had expected on 2nd down, the last set of downs. I thought they would run it at some point. And 1st down, great time to do it. Well executed. Keith Jones Jr. absolutely tattooing the running back that time. So I'm going to guess that he's not going to be all that interested in getting a handoff if they come back to it. But Sioux Falls going to keep it in the hands of Brown.
Brown takes off to the left side. B.J. Butler stops him after a gain of 3 to the 7. 2nd down, goal to go at the 7-yard line. When this play is run, less than 5 minutes remain in the United Bowl.
Well, the math starts to get real simple in this game, and in the event that Sioux Falls scores, Iowa will have plenty of time and an opportunity to take the lead. But first, some defense.
Hand off to Damon Powell. Stopped at the 5-yard line. Gets 2 yards. Zach Allen and Giovanni Francois on the stop for the Barnstormers.
Man, this defense is stingy. Now, this is the situation twice now, Larry, where they've formationed Rocky Hayes into the center of the field, and they've attacked him with a motion man, and he has had illegal contact. What will they do this time? Curtis Riggs is a guy who will just keep coming after you if he has something he likes. And you can see one-on-one Hayes at the top of your screen with a DB.
Brown on 3rd and goal. Plenty of time. Now protection breaks down. He will keep the football. He is spun down. The penalty marker is thrown. Giovanni Francois made the tackle. But did he do something illegal? Did he grab the face mask? We're not sure. The officials will sort it out.
Absolutely fabulous job by the defensive backs that time for Iowa.
If the play stands, it would be a 5-yard loss.
Francois basically got tackled on the play. This is a long conversation.
Jim Schaefer has been a busy man tonight, as has the entire crew.
Illegal twist. Number 99 on the defense.
Oh my gosh.
Half the distance foul. Automatic. First down.
The quarterback is scrambling out of the pocket. The play's broken down at that point. That is not.
And Dixie Wooten, I believe, has thrown the challenge flag. He has. So Wooten throws the challenge flag. 4:03 left. Now the officials go over to find out exactly, even though they know why, exactly why Dixie has thrown the challenge, what he's challenging.
Well, I think Dixie Wooten's going to contend that the quarterback had gone outside of the pocket. And right now they may be showing video. Yeah, they were. They were showing video on the iPad to illustrate exactly what they were talking about.
Now Jim Schaefer goes over to Curtis Riggs. It explains to him what the challenge is. And now the crowd will learn.
Iowa is challenging the ruling on the field of an illegal twist. The play is under further review.
So based on your observation, you have to think there's at least a 50-50 chance of this one being overturned.
Yeah, you know, the flag came in really late, and it's the second time that official has thrown a flag in the scoring position that has gone against the Barnstormers. You know, it'll be interesting to see what Jim Schaefer, who I think has adjudicated this very well. In fact, Francois gets pulled down into that position. You know, it's unfair to be a defensive end being pulled by the offensive player past the quarterback. They may be contending that he was held on the play. You can see Schaefer shaking his head.
You would expect nothing less in a United Bowl, but this has been a most intense game from start to finish. There you see what the officials are looking at.
So Francois is engaged with the tackle and really gets pulled down to the inside.
Right.
And so the question is going to be, was that a play that he made, a football move that he made, or was that a play the offensive player forced him into? I don't know. We'll see.
The officials have made their decision. Jim Schaefer with a big call here.
After review, the ruling on the field of an illegal twist stands as called on the field. That is Iowa's first challenge.
Obviously, not a popular call for the Barnstormer fans. Dixie Wooten, no way, no way, no way, he's telling his team. But now he's saying, play on. 4:03 to play. This team up by 4.
The third time that the Storm have been bailed out by a call in the end zone or near the end zone. The second time by the same official.
Lorenzo Brown fakes, keeps, and the Barnstormers bury him after a yard gain. Zach Allen brings him to the turf. And it'll be second down and goal. And this is the point where the Storm are going to want to eat up a lot of clock.
Yeah, no question. They want to try and shorten Iowa's possession here. Iowa wants to hold them to a field. Well, the Sioux Falls is going to try and chew it up and no doubt go for it on fourth down.
And with that failed challenge, Iowa limited to a single timeout. Brown fakes the pitch.
Oh, great play.
And goes to the end zone. Touchdown.
Great
Lorenzo
play.
Brown gallops into the end zone for the 4th time tonight.
Yeah, really a smart play that time. Similar to the action that Iowa ran, faking the pitch. And then that time using it as a counter for the quarterback keeper.
Well, Lorenzo Brown, the MVP of the 2016 United Bowl, once again an all-star performance. He will now hold for Miles Bergner to try to separate these teams by a field goal. And that kick, an important one, is up, and it is good, and there's 2:46 remaining in the United Bowl, and it's a 3-point lead by the Sioux Falls Storm over the Iowa Barnstormers. That a 9-play, 40-yard drive that took nearly 6 minutes. 5:43, and again, 3 times tonight, penalties have assisted the force in getting a first down in the red zone, extending their drive and enabling them to score. So Lorenzo Brown has run for his 4th touchdown in the United Bowl. So the Barnstormers down to 1 timeout, 2:46, and by the way, Brown's 4 touchdowns, a United Bowl record.
Really an impressive game by him. Done everything right in this second half. He scored all 3 of the touchdowns in the second half.
So the Barnstormers, key possession, obviously, down by 3, 2:46 left. Will this be their final opportunity? Hard to say at this point. But time a factor. Barnstormers 1 timeout, Sioux Falls 2 timeouts remaining. Augustine tries to return that hard to return knuckle kick. He does a good job picking it up. Comes across the 10-yard line, bolts straight ahead to the 13-yard line, where he is brought down. Wofford once again in on the tackle for the Storm. He is a terrific player, first team All-League again this year, and the crowd roars as the Barnstormer offense under the direction of Drew Powell comes onto the field. Powell tonight has run 12 times for 43 yards and 1 touchdown. He has completed 11 of 15 passes for 166 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Well, you knew you'd be in this situation at some point. You knew it'd come down to a handful of plays at the end of the game. You hope that you haven't shot yourself in the foot enough that that you fall over. But the opportunity is now.
Powell with a handoff and a running play. Jamal Tyler across the 20, and he bolts to the 24-yard line. First down, Barnstormers. Tyler doing another good job on the ground for the Barnstormers. That just his 4th carry tonight for nearly 30 yards.
A super physical play that time. Haskin on the backside of that, covering his guy up, making sure that he was going nowhere. Randall Jackson Clemens has won his battle against the nose guard tonight, and another good run.
First down at the 24, 1:59 left in regulation. And the handoff, Tyler, this time he is tripped up. Jabari Gorman comes over and makes a crucial play to stop him for a 1-yard gain. They'll bring up 2nd and 9 with 1:42 and counting.
Gorman doing a nice job of forcing Powell into a situation where he wasn't sure to keep it or give it. And Powell rode it for a long time, which usually forces the end man with containment into having to try and make a call. But Gorman in excellent position.
It's most likely the final play before the 1-minute warning. Powell scrambles, throws, completes to Augustine to the 15-yard line, brought down from behind at the 13-yard line. The Barnstormers move the chains, and that brings us to the 1-minute warning in the United Bowl. 1 minute left in regulation. It's a 3-point game. Sioux Falls 38, Iowa 35. Barnstormers first down at the 13 when we return to Wells Fargo Arena.
Hi, I'm Jeff with American Perfection Basement Waterproofing. We have some tips this spring to help you keep your basement dry. Make sure your gutters are clean of debris, make sure your downspouts are properly attached, and make sure your sump pump is working. And remember, don't wait for the rain to complain.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. We're innovators, planners, and designers, and we're more than ready to help. To request a consultation, visit fastsigns.com.
When you want Iowa beef, brews, and wine, you want the Iowa Beef Steakhouse. Pick your favorite cut of meat and cook it to perfection. All dinners come with a baked potato and our famous salad bar. Or try our new lunch menu, the Iowa Beef Steakhouse, since 1982.
And if those tips didn't help keep you dry, it's time to call the certified basementologist at American Perfection Basement Waterproofing. For over 60 years, we've been drying out Central Iowa by installing our very own patented basement waterproofing system in only one day. Call today to schedule your free estimate.
Sioux Falls clings to a 3-point lead. The Barnstormers are 13 yards from pay dirt with 1 minute to play in regulation. Tyler, the running back, behind Drew Powell. Powell calls his own number. Gets to the 10-yard line and gets tackled from behind as he gets to the 8-yard line. Desmond Reed, who's made a lot of crucial stops in this game, in on the stop for the Storm.
That's a great play right there. Great play. Good patience by Powell. And this is going to come down to this offensive possession.
Yes, as we're down to 35 seconds. 1996, the last time the Barnstormers hosted a championship game against Tampa Bay. In that game, Kurt Warner at quarterback. Barnstormers got it to the 1 and could not get in from 4 yards out, from 1 yard out. Here's Jamal Tyler on the carry. Jamal Tyler still on his feet, fights his way to the 1 yard line, goes forward. Jamal Tyler to the end zone. Touchdown Barnstormers.
And there's a flag down.
There is a flag down in the end zone. Jamal Tyler just would not go down.
The fact that he secured that ball throughout the entirety of the possession blows my mind. He had everybody and their dog ripping at it.
Well, the penalty, whatever it may be.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Iowa.
I didn't see the penalty. That's what he called, huh?
That's what he called. At least that's what he indicated.
But the touchdown stands. That's what's important.
Yeah, but there's going to be good field position for the Storm. And their kick return game has been really good. Here you can see the replay. Guys tearing at the football. You see him, Tyler, almost going down on the offensive line, coming back in on a scramble to finish that thing up. I don't understand where the penalty came in. You know, guys excited.
That very last move, pretty unbelievable. And from behind, 77, Ken Van Huel just moving the pile forward.
You know what? I think it was against Van Huel for taking his helmet off.
So now this will be a 33-yard point after attempt. How crucial is this? Right now it's a 3-point game. The Barnstormers, even though it's a long one, they desperately need this one. Josh Gable on a 33-yard PAT. It's high enough, it's long enough, and it is good. And the Barnstormers take a 42-38 lead with 13 seconds to play. Wow.
How about that? You know, Curtis Riggs has the option of enforcing that penalty on the next possession or forcing Iowa back to kick the long PAT. He knows his kicker can make it from anywhere. He thinks he's going to make Iowa miss. And Josh Gable, the guy that we've talked about all season long, if Iowa can execute in the kicking game, they can win a championship. And Josh Gable delivers along with that PAT unit at the end of the game. Unbelievable.
Josh Gable, who the last time these two teams played each other, missed 2 PATs, and Iowa wound up losing by 2. But retribution tonight, he's made it a 4-point game. The Storm need a touchdown to win this one. A field goal will not do. We are down to 13 seconds. Lorenzo Brown should never be counted out.
No, he should not, and neither should Damon Powell, who's back to return this kick. They've had some holds on kickoff returns and gotten into good position. Iowa has to be super sound on this thing, and Gable has to manage his emotions to kick it into the right spot. Now, Iowa may elect to kick this ball out of bounds and give them the ball at the 20-yard line. There's a challenge flag out.
Yeah, we just saw a challenge flag. Oh, Curtis Riggs. No reason to save it. I'm not sure what his objection will be, but we're about to find out.
He's going to say that somebody was holding on the kick, I'm sure.
And again, he's got the play on his iPad. It's not the official determinant because the MC22 cameras will show the officials various angles. PATs aren't always significant. Well, this one is huge.
Sioux Falls is challenging that there was an offensive hold on number 77.
Of course they are.
During the extra point. The play is under further review.
Why would the United Bowl not end with an absolutely ridiculous challenge? Because so many things can be challenged, right? So many aspects of the game can be challenged, and it's a rule that coaches have disliked the entire year, and Curtis Riggs is going to use it to his advantage on the last play.
And no doubt,
one of the last plays.
No doubt, we'll see some changes in the coach's challenge rule for next year. But you're right, this controversial rule, first time. And so it will be.
So they're going to say Ken Van Huel was holding here, hooking that guy's arm on the way around. And if there is a God, the officials will say there's not enough to overturn this call. If they're looking at it by the letter of the law, you can call holding on just about anything, and sure enough, call holding on this one.
Yes. And Curtis Riggs, who again is 19-2 in postseason coaching,
won't give up an inch.
No, wisely uses that challenge flag here.
He's got the timeout. What's he need it for?
Yeah, and he thinks he saw something. Yeah. He legitimately does. And Van Huel, there was a hook there. That doesn't seem to be the question. The question is, how significant was it?
Yeah. Well, and the angle that you see it from, right? If I'm an official, if I'm the white hat in this situation, there's no way I overturn that call. I just don't. That would live on my conscience forever. This is a tough position to put him in, frankly.
It is. It certainly is.
And the league has put him in this position by having the rules the way they are.
Right. In the NFL, no challenges this late in the game, right?
Well, and you can't challenge a play like this, which is just insanity.
Well, that man has earned his monies tonight. His money's
tonight. No doubt.
After review, there is a hold on number 72 on the extra point. We will enforce the foul 10 yards from the 18-yard line and replay the try. That is Sioux Falls' second challenge.
So the play was overturned. The hold was ruled. He said number 72, Randall Jackson Clemens.
Yeah.
I think that might have been a misidentification. I think he meant number 77, Ken Van Huel.
Maybe, maybe not.
Dixie Wooten finds this unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Josh Gable, similarly. Now the question is, do you kick it or do you run an offensive play?
Well, isn't it an untimed play though, right?
It's an untimed play.
Oh, so do you run it?
Do you throw for the end zone? Do you throw the Hail Mary?
I see what you're saying.
I mean, obviously the safer play. But the last time these two teams met, a blocked kick in a situation like this cost the Barnstormers the game. In this case, In this case, taking a safety might be the best. Yeah, it's tough because they got a great kicker, right?
Yes.
So if you take a safety, you give up your advantage and maybe lose the game on a long field goal.
So now this is a 43-yard point after attempt by Josh Gable.
And there's a return man back.
His long this year, 29. And yes, there is a return man back, and he's a dangerous one. And that kick is long enough. It's high enough. And believe it or not, it is good. It is good. And with 13 seconds to play, Josh Gable has just hit a 43-yard point after to make it a 4-point game.
I will be dumbfounded, absolutely dumbfounded by what's happening here. And, you know, you watch, Riggs will go back and look at this thing and call for another hold. Why not?
I think he's out of challenges. He's out of challenges. Well, it is not over yet, but how about Josh Gable?
How about Josh Gable?
Josh Gable, who came here late in the season and for a while was pretty inconsistent, but had not kicked in this league for a while with its narrow uprights. He's gotten better as the season's gone on. He's been perfect tonight.
And Sioux Falls, an incredible game, certainly not over. The Iowa faithful certainly every reason to boo Sioux Falls and the officiating crew for some of the things that have gone on in this one. But it's been a heck of a game, and Josh Gable stepping in to make that huge play. Now you got to cover.
Iowa has only beaten Sioux Falls once in 10 previous meetings. They're 13 seconds away from trying to pull it off in the biggest game of the year, the United Bowl. Damon Powell has been dangerous on returns all night. Has had a couple of long ones called back. There's the kick by Gable, and he's kicking it long and high, and there'll be a return. And there's a terrific tackle by Tyrell Pearson. Or make it by Ryan Valentine. Valentine comes downfield on special teams to make the tackle, and we have 10 seconds left in the game.
Barnstormers coming down, covering the kick, all holding up their arms like they were being held as they're doing their coverage move. Pretty savvy, and but none of that matters because of a tremendous play by those guys.
The Barnstormers, winners of 4 just 3 years ago, 10 seconds away from an IFL championship. The crowd, and it's a huge one, the lower bowl is filled, and the crowd is on their feet. Butler, Francois, Jones, Allen, Hayes, Gloston, Wycliffe, and Pearson, the Barnstormer defense.
Perfect time for a sack by the Barnstormers. It's all pass rush.
Brown completes in the open field and a tackle at the 23-yard line to stop the clock with 5 seconds. Powell makes the reception. Rocky Hayes makes the tackle. So that shortens the field to half with 5 seconds to play. Curtis Riggs gives his veteran quarterback, who's won 6 United Bowls, the call. Seconds. Brown kills the clock with 3 seconds.
Third and final timeout, Iowa.
Iowa will use the timeout, their last. So the clock reset to 5 seconds. Explain Brown's thinking there, or Riggs' thinking there.
Well, Iowa called the timeout, so
before. Okay.
Oh yeah, so obviously wanted to have one last conversation about how to play the underneath throw, right? The play that everybody knows about is the play to the end zone. It's a low percentage play, but the underneath throw and maybe a hook and ladder type situation, any of that stuff is open depending on what they do with Zachary Allen. Does he play defense, or does he go ahead and rush the passer? Their initial indication to Allen, who had asked and looked over to the defensive coordinator and said, hey, what do I do, was for him to play coverage. So we'll see if he continues that this time, or they elect to bring it.
5 seconds left. Brown, quick hitter. Incomplete. Stops the clock at 2 seconds. Damian Ford, the intended receiver. Ford, who has caught 8 passes tonight, which is the United Bowl record, could not latch on to number 9. So now we are down to a single play. With the IFL Championship in year number 10 on the line. The Barnstormers being urged on by a great crowd that has filled the lower bowl here at Wells Fargo Arena.
Timeout.
Line of scrimmage, the 23-yard line. Timeout taken by Sioux Falls with 2 seconds left. So at this point, does Lorenzo Brown have to throw to the end zone?
I think so, yeah. And he's got to have enough time to do it. You certainly could run a deep slant depending on where the Barnstormers DBs position themselves. But if there's nobody trailing it, it all becomes a tackling drill at that point.
And of course, for the Barnstormers, some costly penalties tonight, and they must avoid one here.
They must avoid one. An untimed down, I don't even want to say it. I just knocked on wood, everybody. If you're at home watching us, you better knock on wood too.
Again, Francois, Butler, and Jones up front. The linebacker Allen in the middle. In the secondary, it's Hayes and Gloston, Wycliffe, and Pearson. The Storm, who have won 6 IFL championships. 1 play remaining, barring penalty. Brown with a snap. Steps up, winds up, fires. And that pass is, the official's going to have to climb into the stands, rule incomplete, and the Barnstormers win the IFL championship. The United Bowl belongs to the Barnstormers.
And the Barnstormers had to make sure that they touched that ball before it got into the fans in the stands. Curtis Riggs is going to say that the fans in the stands broke it up, and he is furious. But his guys had a chance to touch it. The Barnstormers had a chance to touch it, and it is incomplete. The Barnstormers have won a championship, and security is down on the field. What an incredible... Nobody has earned a championship like this team has earned a championship this season, coming all the way down to this play, which nobody's involved with. Are there fans there? Sure, but they're not reaching for the football. This play is a pass breakup by the Barnstormers DBs, who jumped in there, and there's an official right there to watch it. What an incredible way.
Had to go into the stands to determine that.
Into the stands on the last play of the game. Wow.
Rocky Hayes there. Ryan Valentine, what a great game he had.
Ryan Valentine had an unbelievable game for the Barnstormers.
Big tackle at the end of the game by Ryan Valentine. Valentine, who caught 3 touchdown passes tonight. John Pettit, the general manager there, getting a hug from number 79, who's Corey Madlock. See Skylar Scott, a late addition to the Barnstormers, didn't sign till midway through the season. Dixie Wooten, a man who has worked so hard to get this franchise back to respectability, accepting the congratulations of so many. Dixie Wooten shared a story with us this week. 4 years ago, Dixie Wooten, not knowing he had type 1 diabetes, fell into a diabetic coma and almost died. He said that experience, that he was coaching Bemidji at the time, changed him as a man and what a coach he's become.
An incredible coach, a guy able to help his players know that if you do the work, you always have a chance. If you do the work, you can always make the play. You just have to focus and move on from whatever just happened into something that he's overcome, man. Incredible.
And the first thing that he would tell you now is, I did not do it alone. My coaching staff was tremendous. Marcus Coleman is defensive coordinator, Malcolm Nelson, defensive line and special teams coach, Curtis Chin, assistant head coach and wide receivers coach.
I think
we've got some celebrations ahead, but first we're going to take a break. The Barnstormers are IFL champions with a 42-38 win over the Sioux Falls Storm.
Sharing. I mean, I don't mind it when there's enough to go around. Toys with Charlie? Okay. My mint ice cream? Fine. Our slow internet with my whole family at the same time? That's pushing a man too far.
Drop the phony internet and get a real deal. Add Mediacom Internet 60 for just $14.99 a month for a year. Call today.
The chase for a United Bowl title is on for the Iowa Barnstormers. Head coach Dixie Wooten is creating a championship mindset around the 2018 squad. All-Indoor Football League receiver Brady Rowland returns for a 4th season, as does the dangerous Ryan Valentine. Iowa Barnstormers Indoor Football. Exclusive game coverage on MC22, your local sports programming leader.
This is your escape from a long day. Your Tuesday night routine. It's the 1 hour you reserve just for you. Right now, it's the only thing that will calm him down. That's why at Mediacom, we're working harder to bring you more superior TV entertainment every day. Greater reliability, incredible picture and sound. So from the big screen to the little screen, to the great outdoors, nothing gets in the way of the things you love.
Very proud of the Storm and the job they've done this year. But tonight belongs to the Iowa Barnstormers. All right. I'd like to recognize Jeff Lamberti, primary owner of the Barnstormers, John Pettit in the front office, and Coach Dixie Wooten. You three come on up here. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Jeff to say a few words. Congratulations, guys.
Well, first of all these Iowa fans who stuck with us through some difficult times, this game, this championship is for you. I want to thank all of our staff, all of our team, but all of our staff is too. I want to recognize John Pettit, who is probably the hardest working man in indoor football. And obviously this is about our coaching staff and our team. And I am just honored to be a part of what they've done this year. And I'm going to cut it all short for me and turn it over to Dixie here. But I have one other person I want to recognize. the guy we miss, Larry Kotler. He looked out for us tonight. This one's for you too, Larry. Thank you all for hanging with us. It feels so good. Dixie, this one's yours.
What's up, Des Moines? Hey, we've been here since February 5th, man. Grinding in the snow everywhere, man. We switched the whole team up, got a bunch of young guys, came in this thing, man, and knew the dream from the beginning. Last year was all about building the culture. This year was about championship mindset. We got the championship, baby!
We have one more award to give out tonight, gentlemen. One more award. And then the party can start, I promise you. All right. The final award we're going to give out for our 2018 season is MVP of the United Bowl Championship game. It is my distinct honor, Ryan Ballantyne, MVP 2018 United Bowl.
Well, the Barnstormers have done it. They have knocked off a team that was the 6th-time IFL champion, losing last year in the championship game, the Storm. A brilliant franchise, a storied franchise, and the Barnstormers climb above them tonight and win it 42-38.
Overcoming adversity at every turn and seemingly making great play after great play, and then having them erased by a penalty and a challenge. The incredible nature of having a long extra point because of celebration made, backed up again, made again, which changes the entire complexion of how the rest of the game plays out. Sioux Falls can't do what they want to do, which is position themselves with all the field to play in and kick a field goal with their guy who's so good. Josh Gable, flawless, absolutely flawless. Every kick he was asked to make tonight, he made. I think of all the celebrations out there, that young man deserves a tip of the cap like none other.
Absolutely, and there are so many Barnstormers who do. Let's go to our player of the game, and he is the most veteran in terms of IFL experience of the Barnstormers, Ryan Ballantyne. Terrific game, our player of the game.
An incredible game, and making some plays. This the first scoring touchdown, that we knew would be a huge play in this game, but this play, just showing the burst, the not being denied. There were all kinds of guys in position to cut him off and keep him out of the end zone, but play after play after play, and then a huge tackle in special teams late in this thing. I mean, that touchdown, that ball is up there. For him to go up and get it and rip it down, incredible game, and then follow that up with a special teams tackle.
Yeah, you mentioned the special teams tackle. It just shows you what kind of a player Ryan Ballantyne is. Now let's take a look at our play of the game.
Well, there were a lot to choose from, including a couple of Brady Rowland conversions, but this run by basically the entire Barnstormer offense. Tyler refusing to go down, but the Barnstormer O-line pushing him in on a second effort after they'd stood him up, and you thought perhaps they might get the ball out, and then the celebration penalty pushes him back. Josh Gable makes 2 extra points, not 1, 2.
the second one from 43 yards out. But doesn't that last touchdown for the Barnstormers tell you a lot about the Barnstormers and really about success in football? If at first you don't succeed, and on that play could have been stopped a couple of times, keep trying, keep pushing. That's what he did and got into the end zone.
The power of will, and the refusal to back down. And I think if you imagine, you just heard Coach Wooten's remarks, changing the culture, turning it into a culture, a winning culture, and then having a championship mindset. The Barnstormers made mistakes tonight, but they would not allow those mistakes to deny them, and that is the greatest story of mankind, right? That's what I love about football.
Absolutely.
It tests your mettle in ways that the team that deserved to win tonight won. Sioux Falls is a great ball club, a great team.
It was a great game.
Great effort.
It was a great game.
But the team that deserved to win this game won it.
First 7 times these two teams met, blowouts by the Storm. 34, their average margin of victory. Well, this was the year it turned around. Sioux Falls won 2 of the 3 regular season meetings, won by 2 points on that safety we talked about. So the Barnstormers not only win the championship, but won it against the storied franchise in the Indoor Football League.
How fitting. The Barnstormers beat an amazing Arizona team 3 times this season. All 3 of their meetings they beat Arizona, but they were 2-1 coming into this game against Sioux Falls. Had they ended up playing Arizona in this championship game, it would have not been as sweet. In particular, this Sioux Falls ball club knows how to close games like this. They tried to do it tonight. They used every rule in the rule book to do it tonight, and the Barnstormers able to overcome.
A little bit of irony before we go. 1996, the last time the Barnstormers hosted a championship game, they lost. Kurt Warner brought them to the 1-yard line 4 times. Barnstormers couldn't get in. Tampa Bay Storm won that game 42-38. And that's tonight's final.
A turn of events that the entire city of Des Moines will be able to savor the state of Iowa for years to come.
And a quick final thought is credit the fans tonight. They did a terrific job.
And to our friend, well acknowledged Larry Kotler, we miss you, my friend, and this was great, and now we'll have a chance to talk to Coach Wooten.
Well, Dixie Wooten, somebody that we thoroughly enjoyed working with, and we're trying to get him wired up. We're going to talk to him before we go, because after all, this is a night for all Barnstormer fans and players and coaches, but got to visit with the head man before we go. What a story tonight.
The job that Coach Wooten has done, it is, I wasn't sure it could be done. We've done these games for a long time now, Larry. This Barnstormer team, just 4 wins. The year before Dixie took over 3 years ago, and league champions this year.
I know, an amazing story. He's an amazing guy. He's now 2-time Coach of the Year in the IFL. Dixie Wooten, congratulations.
Hey, thank you, Larry, man. This is amazing, man. It's the great feeling in the world, man. You put in hard work, and you get a championship out of it. You can't get no better than that, man.
No, and I'm thinking the game-winning touchdown where Jamal Tyler, he just wouldn't go down. That's kind of the story of your team this year.
That's what it's about, man. Like I was telling people, that last touchdown showed exactly who we are. He was stopped, and everybody got together and pushed him in, man. But the most impressive thing was they kept bringing Josh out to kick field goals, and he was making field goal after field goal after field goal, man. So going up 4 was big. They had to go for a touchdown, man.
That has to be a proud moment for you. You brought Josh in mid-season, knowing that he could do this. Talk about that just a little more.
Oh, that's big, man. When Josh got a training camp with the New England Patriots, so he'd been kicking outside. So when he came in early, he struggled a little bit, but I knew what he was capable of doing. So tonight showed exactly who he is, man. He had a great night in kickoffs, and he was killing extra points, man. So I got to give a shout out for him, man, because he came in a tough situation and made the best out of it.
And Dixie, you brought in so many new players and young players, but how about the work of the veteran who stepped up tonight, Ryan Ballantyne?
Hey, that's my guy, man. You know, I love Ryan to death, man. He's one of my best friends, man. You know, what people don't know about Ryan is in 2015, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and my sugar was up to 1560. You know, you usually don't live from that. But Ballantyne was on my side after practice. He come see me in the hospital. When I got out the hospital, he was on my side. So, you know, it was just, this couldn't happen to a better person, man. I love him to death. And getting the MVP, man, that's what made me so, he been with me 5 years and we did it together, and I love him, man.
Absolutely.
Coach, we're so impressed. Thank you for the work that you and your team have done this year. So much pride in this entire state. Absolutely incredible, man.
Hey, thank y'all, man. It's, you know, we've been in this together, man. You know, y'all been here doing this, having a great time, man, in the losing times, but now I hear it in your voice. You're so excited, and I thank y'all for everything y'all do, man, because we couldn't do this without you guys, man. So thank you, and I hope y'all be with us more and more years so we can win more and more championships.
And certainly your fans stepped up big tonight, didn't they, Dixie?
Oh, man, you saw the place was packed, man. We walked in and heard all that noise, man. Oh, man, this is what it's about, man. We've been preaching about this is for Des Moines, and Des Moines showed up for us, man, and was a big part of it. So Des Moines, thank you again, man, for answering the call.
And Dixie, as I've said before, you're a joy to work with. We're so happy for you and your team. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you, Larry, man. Thank you, Ben, for everything y'all do, and I appreciate it, man. It's fun. I'm going to have a good time with my guys tonight.
Very good.
Congrats.
Thanks for joining us. Dixie Wooten, a very happy guy, and why not?
You know, incredible. There's not enough we can say about what he and his coaching staff have done for this franchise and these players. You know, to have the chance as a player to be put in the position to be a champion requires a mindset, and it's not easy. There's tough love, and you see it when you watch this team interact with each other, but there's love, and that's the part that's coolest.
Well, the Barnstormers win the United Bowl. They are the Indoor Football League champions. 42-38, the final over the Sioux Falls Storm. Coverage of Barnstormers indoor football on MC22 is an exclusive production of Mediacom in Des Moines. MC22 is your award-winning local sports programming leader.
This is MC22.
On drums. Yes, we have Quinn on keys and vocals. We have Zaylee on keys and vocals. We have Chelsea on keys and vocals. We have Natalie on keys and vocals. Lilia on keys and vocals. And last but not least, we have